saved all that save settings from last time. So yeah, we are hello kicking YouTube. We are diving heavily into episode 93. We're almost close to 100. That's crazy. Last time. What do you guys remember last time?
I remember that we basically bumped into an old man who gave us basically a bit of a lore drop about Alyssa Hydroon's ancestors. Then Hydroon realized that that old man that we were talking to was the good half, Null. After that, head down to the forest, head straight for the Well of Dragons. When we noticed that there was lightning strikes that were getting closer to us, which we kind of already knew what that meant, and we prepared for battle, and took on Kirk, and managed to disable him and free him from the evil mind controlling Chessplate.
There might have been shenanigans with the burlap sack.
Yeah, we disabled Kirk with the kidnapping sack of silence.
Yep. Or is what I've been referring to as the walk-in freezer of D&D. Because once you have the burlap sack, no sound comes out of the sack either because of how silence works. So, but no. Stuck a bag over his head, and then surgery happened.
Yeah, field surgery.
Mm-hmm. To remove his cursed armor, that basically, if he was going against his commander's wishes, would hurt him. So we got that off of him.
And now we're in a demi-plane to separate him from
and then we
Dracorn.
dragged him into a pocket dimension. So we could take the sack off of his head and actually talk to him without him being exposed to the Dracorn.
Again.
I helped.
I believe the cleric also did greater restoration to regrow his tongue, which had been cut out, not by us, but by other people. I told a bad joke, and that's where we ended.
Yep. Which
right.
Upon this, really quickly to do a quick recap for Kirk, Hydroon's gonna start doing a quick fill-in for Kirk on what's been going on since he went AWOL. And also filling in the rest of the party on what's been going on with Ravine.
Oh.
On how Ravine kind of fits into all this. Like, back in the tower. What was it? Xonthal's tower?
Yeah.
How Ravine reached out to Hydroon then, and then down in the Underdark when we met up with Tanis, Hydroon blipped out for about like 5 seconds for all of you, but was a lot longer for her, and then came back battered and bruised.
Yep. And then got knocked out.
Yeah, and then also how when she got knocked out during the fight with the zombie, she had a rematch with Ravine. And now has a couple new abilities.
Cecile is just gonna look at Hydroon and be like, I don't understand how it's helping if she just pulls you into a corner and kicks your ass every, I don't know, couple of weeks.
Like I said,
how's that help?
Involved, not helping.
Mm.
From my understanding, she ain't helping.
Mm-hmm.
Or if she is, I don't understand how. because she's yet to properly explain that one other than I'm just doing what the Raven Queen told me.
Did you guys like fight a lot before the Raven Queen took her?
No, Ravine and I did not fight at all with each other. There may have been a little banter here and there, but nothing that would actually go to us actually fighting.
Did you guys date?
No. Gods, no.
Okay. Well, I'm out of ideas.
But like, she's like, upon that, it's like, before this one, pointing at Aelita, who's next to her, last relationship I was in was too long ago. Before the party, before we all ever got together for any of this bullshit that's happening now.
All right.
I don't like to
Well,
talk about that one.
is somebody we need to kill?
No.
Okay. Oh, all right.
So, I will say, once this finishes loading, while Hydroon's sharing this information with you guys,
I
I
assume Kirk is
need,
just making weird mouth shapes.
at the
Getting used to
moment,
having a tongue again.
I'm about to say, at the moment, Kirk is somewhere between, trying, getting used to having a tongue again and like passing out just due to sheer exhaustion.
Mhm.
Like the dude has been
Make a lip.
fighting the crap for a while. But yeah, for everybody else, as I briefly swap out tokens. Yeah, someone found me a much better token to use for Kirk. Which, for those who haven't seen it, kind of looks like something like this in Monday's chat. Only thing it's missing is the Aarakocra wings on top of it, but hey. Pretty damn similar.
Since when does Kirk have six pack?
He's been
Oh, I
working
guess
out
if
a
you
lot.
bodied that percentage is like next to zero because you're a bird. That makes sense.
There you go.
My question is, when did Kirk get dragon feet?
Oh, that was
At
a while
level
ago.
16. Level 16, he sprouted a pair of draconic wings on top of his existing
oh no,
wings.
before that. Well, before
Or-
that.
No, not
14? Level
draconic
14, maybe?
wings, his dragon legs.
It was before you left. Because
I mean, his
been a couple of
blue
times.
draconic bloodline is so strong that every time he levels, more and more of that dragon comes out into him. This is
So
probably
he's trying to become, what, a full-fledged dragon then?
Well, he's not trying to become. That's just what he's evolving into.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's got a grandparent that was a legitimate dragon in a different form.
Mhm. At some point, one of his grandparents, who was a dragon, fucked a bird.
Yeah. Or took the form of an Aarakocra
I
or
don't
something
know.
like that. Who knows?
Genetics,
Um,
honestly. Anyway, that's probably more reasonable. That makes more sense to me. I don't want to think about a dragon. Look at no. Anyway,
yes. Anyway, while
I have the
Hadrun
worst
is
visual in my
explaining
head
all the
now,
crap
continue.
that was happening with Ravine, I need some perception checks from everybody there
in the room,
in the room.
in our little demi-plane thing.
Yep.
Including me?
Why not?
Okay.
Including me.
Nope.
Okay.
17.
You are what they're trying to look at.
I mean, my passive's high.
Yes,
I only got a 10, but my
I mean, I
passive
rolled
is
lower than my
22.
passive.
Can I assist with Hydroon?
Well, no.
I mean, like the passive, like you're listening to Hydroon and stuff like that, but we're talking like, do you happen to notice this very, very subtle thing happening next door? Okay, mouse.
CC sees
Oh.
everything.
It would make sense that the paladin who follows the cleric around a lot would pay attention to something the cleric's doing.
Yeah,
Okay,
natural
so-
20 from the
But we'll
18
do
for
we'll
Alyssa.
do this one. Badang? New follower. New follower. Okay. So with the nat 20, Eddie will even say for Nyla, you'll notice that this conversation is going on and on. Hydroon's talking about all the different interactions with Ravine and the fighting that they've done and this, that, and the other thing. Ileda's face is trying to desperately not crack. The smile of like, yay, we're all together and everyone's safe and whatnot slowly kind of goes blank before she kind of goes into this whole, like, while holding hands with Hydroon is just kind of like zoning out. Eyes begin to close and just gets really still, really calm. But everyone's listening to Hydroon. And at some point, I'll say this is where the passives of your two kick in. The hand holding gets a little tense. Hydroon, you're starting to like notice that your hand's getting
That's getting
really
warm.
warm. But it doesn't stay that way. It starts forming to the point where like the heat in the room, like you're very subtly picking up on there's something going on during the hand holding that is making the whole room get warmer. Just subtly, but enough to notice. And after what seems to be just a couple, maybe 10, 15 seconds, Ileta just kind of gives out this big sigh, and she opens her eyes and she's back. But this time, instead of having that blank stare, that blank expression, there's this smirk, this shit-eating grin that she really can't hide very well. And you guys notice.
I'm just gonna turn my head.
No, I got low insight.
I-
Cleric
I'm just
stuff.
gonna
I don't know.
gonna turn my head to Ileta. The reason my hand just started getting very warm.
I don't think she'll be bothering you for a while.
Wait, the Raven Queen? 'Cause
You so
I assume that's where
No.
you get powers from. Not the Raven Queen. Oh, Ravine?
you met with Ravine?
Sure, met with. Definitely.
Can I try to put two and two together as to that plus the warmth?
Oh,
Insight check.
Cecile just starts laughing.
Insight check then.
Plus
I just
7.
start laughing.
Don't screw me. 22.
It's not until she mutters something along the lines of the pale tiefling that it clicks. Ileta has seen Ravine's face.
Well,
It's
I was trying to figure
Cecile.
because like I was trying to more put two and two together as to what she was saying, plus the warmth of my hand as to why she's no longer going to be bothering me for a while.
Oh,
The
Cecile
warmth,
has seen
the
very
insight,
protective partners and is abused.
the only thing that comes to mind with your insight check and the fact that your hand got warm was as if the only thing that comes to mind is the full concentrated power of the sun over and over and over again.
Did you drop the sun on Ravine?
Repeatedly. She looked a little pale.
She's always been that way.
Oh, well, I thought that would help, and it didn't, but she shouldn't be bothering you for a while.
Cecile is just laughing, super abused.
Okay.
Just-
But there's also another thing that was mentioned in Hydrun's story that doesn't quite add up. And for those that want to roll either a religion check, a history check, or a intelligence check, be
Ooh,
my
wanna
guest.
roll history? No, I'm still laughing at Alita. I hold my hand out for a fist bump.
She will let go of Hydrun's hand with one of hers because Hydrun's hand was between both of hers and just
Oh.
return it.
Yeah. You said history and religion, yeah?
History or history or religion.
Yeah. Never.
Okay.
Nyla with a 28.
Damn.
Yeah.
Them cleric points coming up clutch.
Nyla, something doesn't quite add up. Because spirits and otherworldly creatures can commune with a marked target or somebody that they're trying to talk to. But Hydrun's experiences as being like mentally pulled into the Shadow Realm, Shadowfell, and like physically having this beatdown, even though it's all mentally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. That
Right.
normally can't happen unless Hydrun is in a state of meditation, which is fully prepared and spells cast and whatnot. Or that Ravine's body has to be in close proximity for something like this to happen. Otherwise, it should just be a, hey, I can talk to you, but not actually do anything. This is full on like reaping of spirit and combat. Which, unless it's properly prepared and properly scried, properly set up for, can't normally happen.
Huh.
But of course, as the party knows, Ravine's in a frozen block of true ice somewhere up in the mountains where you guys defeated Cryovane.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to respond to that. Would I like respond well to that? I guess. Or
Well, you personally sound very confused.
yeah, I am
I
because I don't know how to respond. Like I'm trying to figure out a good response to this, but I can't.
I, as the player, feel like that confusion would also kind of fall onto Nyla's face because how often does Nyla pay attention to Alita when she's, just zoning out?
Not much.
Exactly.
But does Nyla voice any of that? Or is Nyla just
Uh,
thinking?
I think it's mostly Nyla just thinking. Like, you can see the puzzled look on Nyla's face. As best as I'm gonna get for now.
I mean,
I
I'll
mean,
ask Nyla why she looks confused. She's
Same.
been there for
Uh,
most of this.
I don't know. It has something to do with Eileen. I'm
With
sorry. I'm bad
Eileen
at
or
this because I'm
Hydrun?
trying to.
well, this
Are
Nyla
you perma
explains what I just
struggling to
explained.
remember? Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
Nyla
just
just
saying you're
explains.
explaining?
Yeah,
So
I was trying to say it in my own words, kind of thing, but it was just I don't know how to say it.
The player
Sometimes
is
as a
so
player, you
confused
can
that the
just say
character is
what the DM
confused.
just said.
So yeah, you can just say what the DM just said. To which, with the comment of Ravine's body being on the mountain, Cecile will pipe in and say, "No, it's not."
Hmm?
And then
What you
I
talking about,
will look
Willis?
at Kirk.
So
Kirk
you said a
is
keys to a cell. Did we lose it underneath the fridge? Where is it?
No.
Kirk.
So Cecile would be like, so with the helm, you can also transport objects and things, and I was considering going back in and transporting Ravine's body, so teleporting it somewhere else. But when I voiced that to Kirk kind of gave me a look and patted his pouch when we were there. So now I'm looking at Kirk again. Like, did you
Which
put
at this
Ravine somewhere? Is
point,
she still?
which at this point you guys would realize he's got a bag of holding, but he doesn't just have one; he has two bags of holding, and
So
and
is she still
in a half day
in?
state, he lifts up one of his bags of holding and hands it to Cecile.
What's in that bag?
I think the question is less of what and more of who.
Yeah.
Is
Ravine.
the tail of your mother?
Why?
I'll look at Kirk and be like, this wasn't a malicious thing after the fact. It was, we had just beaten Cryobane and we were leaving there. And we were flying Air Quincy to go back to Neverwinter, I believe. And I considered running back. I considered running back in, and Kirk gave me a look and just patted the pouch. So I think Kirk shrunk and put Ravine's ice statue in here.
Are you
So
saying we've had
anytime-
Ravine with us the entire fucking time? With the exception of when you went AWOL?
So that also confirms where Kirk was at certain times, because going off of Nyla's thing, if the body had to be close for that type of crap to happen, that means Kirk was close when Ravine talked to you in Zonthal. And then also down in the Underdark. And also
Even
When we
when
if
we were
it's
fighting
like,
the zombie.
because I think for most, I had checked it, it was like a mile, like the body has to be within a mile of a summons kind of thing. So even if it was just flyby, every
So he's
time
been
Ravines
around
communed
that
with Hydrun, Kirk was nearby.
So I'll look at Kirk and just be like, so have you just been following us this whole time?
Kinda.
And you're not a full dragon, so you wouldn't necessarily set off illicit stuff.
My tasks were to locate and report. Locating was easy. Getting me to report not so much. It's why they went so extreme with getting me to comply.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that explains why it took
They cut out my tongue.
cases so long to find
so they
tumors
could
in
read
Iron
my-
Man.
They cut out my tongue so they could read my mind, forgetting that I'm
Mm.
telepathic and can barrier myself even from that kind of an attack. I would let them know of situations and things when it came down to get just enough to not get punished, but even though they didn't know where you were, I did.
Okay.
Which, even going back to where Kirk and Sledge had their own sending stones, there's also another reason why Sledge was able to find you guys when he wanted to team up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. So now the bigger question, what do we do with Rabin holding the bag?
I mean, we could always leave Ravine in this demi-plane for right now. I can always get back to it.
That's true.
We can just deal with that situation later.
I mean, I think your lovely partner there might have scared her off for the time being.
Still, it'd be someplace where we know where she's at and we don't have to worry about her. We don't have to worry about her disappearing because somebody's like, let's take this.
Sure. Okay.
We can simply leave her here, and once we're done with all of this other bullshit, we can come back in here to get her.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Adrian, are you telling me that Ravine is alive again?
No.
No,
Oh.
she's just her statue is in this bag.
So she was encased in true ice. True ice never melts. True ice can't really be broken. It's basically turned Ravine into a
Statue.
one of those figurines in the glass cylinder kind of thing.
Yeah, True Ice is one of those. What, wish spell?
Essentially.
Basically, if you wanted to undo it. Not
Well,
that I think Rabin wants that, because it sounds like she's enjoying her gig for the Raven Queen. If you can
She's
call that
not.
enjoying.
But Kirk's
Please,
intention
oh my
was
God.
to bring her back to Blackfall for burial, but you guys never made it back to Blackfall before the Drakhorn lured Kirk
We
away.
just kept getting we just kept getting pulled in different directions because we went back to Neverwinter and then Nyla got kidnapped and then there was all that and then we went back to Phandalin in that temple and the Drakhorn was going off. Yeah, we just kind of kept having to go. Kept having things to do.
The time also Kirk arrived to Blackfall, he was his intention was to hand over the pouch. But between the Drakhorn sounding and the armor and whatnot, he couldn't focus enough to do the task, which is why he kind of just warned you guys and took off.
Okay, well, no, that makes sense. Why? But I'm wondering why she's been so quiet. You know, I usually hear ringing in my ear and whatnot, and a pain in my skull, but now she's been quiet.
Yep. Well, she's here, and we can leave her in the room. But more importantly, we've eaten up what, like half an hour, and this room only lasts an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I can always. Oh wait, no, I can't use it again for till a long rest. I believe. Hold up, let me check that to make sure. Yeah, once per long rest.
Now, granted, for anybody
So,
that may
okay.
have taken damage, the amount of time you guys could sit in here would
Oh,
definitely eat
we
up a
get
short rest.
Sure. Why the fuck?
If we're gonna do that, could I use my Song of Rest?
Yeah.
What does that do?
Balls. Was it? I just
It does
pulled it up.
balls.
It adds the amount of
No.
healing you guys can do. I know that.
Class features. If you or any friendly creature who could hear your performance regain it. If you or any creature who could hear your performance regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending 1 or more hit die, each of those creatures regains an extra 1d10 hit points.
So extra
These
D10?
extra. No, it's a 1d12 since we're at what 17th level or 18th level
18.
or 1d12. So yeah, just
So
roll
roll.
1d12.
So roll a
Oh,
1d12.
I gotta do it.
Roll a 1d12.
Okay.
I rolled pretty
Hey,
well.
10 health.
Cool. So for
I
every
rolled
hit die, well, here's the thing. Because of that, for every hit die that you guys are using during a short rest, you guys get an extra 10 health per die. So if you're burning
Oh.
through 4 hit die, there's an extra 40 health.
Yep. Well, I should have used less hit die with that, but that's all good. It's fine.
So
I'm full.
So instead of 49, you get 89.
Yeah, which I did not need. We needed like 40 something.
Um.
I don't remember. Math is mathing. It's fine. It's fine. I'm full health. I get all my Giant's Might. Oh no,
I'm
Giant's
gonna look
Might
at-
come back, but I get my runes back.
I'm going to look
use
at
this
Kirk.
every short rest, right?
If we all were to walk out of here right now, how would that affect
If you have the spell
if
slot,
you were
yeah.
to walk out of here right now? Would it put you back in that same position, just without the armor, or what would go on?
He kind of like holds the bag of silence that you guys had put on him. Without the armor, the only thing he would have to fight if he leaves this place is the Drakhorn.
Okay.
The only way he could regain himself fully is if you guys destroy the Drakhorn.
How hard is it
Or
for you to actually
silence
fight
it
the
sounding.
Drakhorn?
He says in this proximity, really tough. Also consider that since you guys have walked through that barrier, you know, that alert barrier, the Drakhorn has been like constantly sounding. Think of it almost like a tornado siren. It's spinning, it's going off. Which, considering that it's a physical horn, does kind of raise the awareness of how the fuck is it constantly sounding.
Well, Hadroon's little bit of blacksmithing knowledge could be like, well, it could be hooked up to some bellows.
But Kirk's
Just
like,
constantly putting someone on bellow duty, constantly blowing the horn.
essentially with Kirk, he's basically like, he would have to keep the bag of silence on his head in order to completely
Okay.
be okay, but then he becomes useless in a fight because he
Okay.
can't see or hear.
With that bit of knowledge, I know it doesn't really. I know it kind of puts you in the same type of situation as if you're wearing the bag over your head, but at least it would put you in a situation where you wouldn't have to have the bag and you wouldn't have to worry about the horn temporarily staying in here till we can deal with the horn. Because I can always open a door to get back here and for you to be able to get out.
He kind of like thinks about it for a second. Oh, you mean stay in the demiplane?
Yeah.
And creatures live in here?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just once the door closes, everything in the room is trapped in the room until a door is open to it again. Which I can do because as long as I have knowledge of a demiplane, whether a previous one I've created or another plane that I know of, I can open a door to it. Technically, if I wanted to, I could open a door to the Shadowfell right now. For us to physically go and talk to the Raven Queen face to face. I could do that.
I don't mind staying here.
Then at least you don't have to have a bag over your head.
Yeah, it would keep you from having to have the bag over your head, and it would keep you away from the horn.
Might be the best of the ideas.
And then once we deal with the Drakhorn, I can open a door to back into here and be able to get you out.
More importantly, where is the Drakhorn exactly?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's in the well.
In the
So,
wall?
considering
center?
that he is an Aarakocra, his knowledge of the well isn't very strong because he's always been aerial patrol.
Right.
He mentions that there was a passageway he could take in and out of the castle that never allowed him to go inside the cavern. But he does mention that the mountain, the volcano itself, the mountain, has several passages in. They're not all connected, but they're all important. Every passageway is important. Most of them should lead directly to the castle. But there's no way of knowing exactly which route is the best route.
Okay.
And somewhere in that volcano, like the center of it, that well, is where the Drakhorn is.
I don't know where it is, personally.
You just know its general area.
I just know it's somewhere in the caverns.
Okay.
Especially even looking at like timbers. Even though I could probably show you the way in to the castle, it won't save the others if you do.
It won't save the others.
Hmm?
Save what others? What?
By others, do you mean us or other others?
What I've gathered about the well, about this ancient site, when the ritual starts, there is a cost, great cost, to summon Tiamat from the depths of the 9 hells.
The sacrifice.
There must be a cost. Out of all the places the cult has attacked, not all of it was left in bloodshed.
They took
They've been taking people
people.
and they're sacrificing.
And we're gonna put a fucking stop to it.
The only thing I don't know is where in the caverns they're kept. Because I've never gone into the caverns.
Great.
Hi ho, it's off to the caves we go.
It's not going to
How
be
many
easy.
caverns?
Huh?
How many caverns?
He knows of at least 4 entrances. And most commonly, you'll have to scout more than one. Because the tunnels that go from the entrances don't all interconnect with each other. You know, he mentions you might
Okay.
go through an entrance and find 5 caves. But then if you go to the one next door, there's another set of, 3 or 4 caves. Like, not everything is interconnected. He
But
knows
this also
one.
means if we go at the wrong time, we could get
Multiple-
swept up in that sacrifice, right?
Potentially, if they know you're there. But the more prisoners you can free, and the further away they get from the well, they're less likely their usefulness. Once they flee the area, once they get out of the well, he means.
Okay.
They have to be close to
Are
the
there any
circle. They have
trees
to be
near there?
close. Trees? It's a volcano. So no. Dragons are attracted to it because it is a dormant volcano, but there is still very much fire and volcanic activity. The warmth of the center is why they use the mountain passes. It's why they use the caverns. Dragons have always come to the well for centuries to die. That, or remembering anything you found with your interaction with the necromancers of Thay, the well at one point was used to turn dragons into Dracoliches. Because, you came here to die, I raise you.
Are there any Dracoliches we have to worry about down there that you know of?
Not that I know of,
Okay.
but I wouldn't rule it out.
He's also never been inside, so I'm not going to trust anything about what he says could be inside until we've actually been there.
The only information
Sure.
Kirk can give is anything he's seen come in or out of the caverns. Which, ironically, isn't a whole lot of information.
What can you tell us about who has been coming in and out? Maybe we can ask them.
Right before I came to fight you guys, or I was ordered to come fight you guys, the last person of note that went into the caverns was a bounty hunter known as Nergoth.
Yeah. We fought him a bit. Unfortunately, I don't think even if we did fight him again and tie him up, he's gonna answer shit for us.
And he was with someone else that I never got a good look at him, but he just wouldn't shut up.
Just with somebody else.
Yeah. Cloaked.
That wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, you could hear their voice echoing in the caverns. Strangely
Anything of
familiar.
note that he wouldn't shut up about?
Nothing I
Strangely
really
familiar.
focused on.
Could you see a height difference between the two?
Upon asking, did he see, he kind of chuckles and was like, yeah, there was a massive one.
Who do we know that's really short who might be talking to the final bounty hunter
Who
as
doesn't
the
shut
bounty
up?
for Nyla?
And who doesn't shut up? Oh, I think we're about to get a 2-for-1 here, guys.
Kirk just
Oh, look
gets
at Kirk.
confused.
Cecile looks at Kirk and goes, Belross?
I thought he was rotting in Waterdeep's prison.
He got
No,
out.
She broke out. They
Oh,
attacked
that's-
Waterdeep.
Yeah.
They attacked Waterdeep, and during all of that,
Escaped.
lost track of him.
Yeah. I think we're about to get a 2-for-1.
Kirk's confusion kind of enlightens you guys that there's still things
Yeah.
about this entire project that not even he was
They
aware
were
of.
smart enough to not give you too much in case you did get taken back. Except we can't kill Felross. I mean, we can. We just run a statistical chance of me dying.
But if we
I
can
mean, I
get
can always lock
our
him in a demi-plane.
hands,
But he's
we can get
also
our hands on his contract, there's a chance it might be able to be taken care of.
We gotta get the hands on Nergoth's.
Mhm.
contract.
Yeah, but I could always lock Felros in a demi-plane, and then
Mhm.
only people who know of the exact makeup of the demi-plane can actually open to it, meaning, at the moment, only me.
Wait, so you're gonna lock Felross with Kirk?
Almost.
No, I can make another demi-plane.
No. See, what's cool about this room is that the longer Kirk stays in it, the more familiar with it he becomes, the more likely he can use teleportation
smart
circle
motherfucker.
to get in and get out.
Uh-huh.
But he just likes the idea of having a place to go that he doesn't have to wear a damn bag over his head. And he doesn't have to worry about potentially lightning bolting the fuck out of you guys.
I mean, you didn't kill me, so.
Yeah, and I don't think at the current moment anyone can actually scry on you while you're in here. I think that's quite literally an...
I mean, the armor's coming with us, so.
Oh, yeah.
He just kind of like
Upon-
holds the bag of silence, like, well, if I think somebody is, I can stop them. Don't worry. But this.
Upon mentioning of scrying, Aelita is going to let go of Hydrune, take off her family crest, and put it on Kirk. Because that's going to prevent it anyway.
I mean, I gave mine away, but I figured I'd be surrounded by y'all all the time. Anyway.
Yeah, you guys didn't... I'm just now noticing that you guys are wearing them, so...
Oh, Cecile is not. But Cecile will be like, I was given one, I gave it to Sister Gorel because she's watching Sledge's Kids.
Probably
I figure
actually.
if they're gonna try and get Sledge, gonna try and get
I'm
it as
just
kids.
now noticing that you guys have them in general.
Oh yeah, we never explained that, did we?
Nope.
Y'all didn't have time to.
Congratulations, country! You made a closet of telling.
So you can hold on to this, and while I'm giving you this, you're also going to get one of these as she hands him the ring.
Oh, this is cool.
Congratulations, you've been adopted.
Welcome to the Von Bloodworth clan. You're one of us now.
The Von Bloodworth.
Yes.
Oh,
Do I see the light bulb?
yes.
Okay.
Are you by chance related to Tanis?
It's my grandfather.
Damn. Okay. That bastard owes me a drink. Just...
Oh,
Probably owes a lot of
I could
people.
tell you where he is if you want to know.
We could show you later.
We'll save that for afterwards. Yeah, for those that might not remember, this is like Phandalin, like level 1 through 10, old school. Kirk's involvement with the Harpers. He was a merchant pusher. He bought and sold. He was almost the good version of the Zentarum. He wasn't the Black Network, but he helped push supplies and information back and forth. And as an Aarakocra has the ability to just fly from city to city, he can move faster than a lot of the, horseback information callers. So he was a distributor of knowledge for profit. And so there's a lot of older characters out there that have encountered Kirk one too many times.
Yep.
For either information or supplies or information about supplies or things and that and artworks and mostly
Then
magical
with
artifacts.
Yep, with the Von Bloodworths, it's all magical artifacts.
And as a sorcerer who can naturally sense magical things, he was very good before joining with the group. I mean, essentially, if people remember session 1, Kirk hired the adventuring party to help him complete the Phandalin missions.
Yep. And
So at first he went from y'all's employer to now we're just an adventuring trope. Let's just go and cause chaos.
Yep. Yeah, and Cecile knew Kirk from both doing separate things in the Harbors. And despite Cecile's age, the only reason she had recognized the Von Bloodworths is because she recognized the last name, Stark. Because even in a rage, she's not gonna mess with another Archdruid's forest. So she said, fuck going near any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, no thank you. Mm-mm.
Yeah, Kirk was out of the game right when Aelita was brought in, huh?
It was a little bit after Aelita was brought in that we ended up losing him. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you didn't reveal anything about your third
Jack
name at that
shit.
point. Yep. So yeah.
Not that
There's-
we really pushed. We just got told, here's a cleric going with you.
hmm
Yep.
Here's a cleric. Here you go.
But at that time too, you guys were just like Suristful had hit that respect mark where he's just, here you go. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Pick a cleric.
Exactly. As we
Like-
get pushed to cleric. What?
You guys
Okay.
appear to be our best shot at making this not happen. Have a cleric.
And then you guys get jumped on by Drow, and she goes full concentration power of the sun and completely melts a whole line of them and made everyone in the party go, okay.
And then immediately walked over to see if they were wearing the family crest, because if they were, I have some atoning to do.
Which, again, just in Cecile's mind, it's just like, elves have a lot of self-hatred for some reason.
Need
I'm
water.
very confused.
Marco, go get me water. Oh, you can't.
You're very confused.
My cat won't fetch me a water.
Yeah.
Did you just tell the cat to get you water?
Yeah.
He doesn't have thumbs.
The mini fridge is right
I've seen
there.
some
You can
very
push it.
intelligent cats who figure stuff out.
I mean, my dog can't get me water, but apparently my wife has actually trained her to come and get me in some capacity, because I think last night around like 11:10, when I was wrapping up a game with Johnny, apparently she told Calliope, "It's bedtime, where's mama?" So as I was coming up the stairs, I had a dog poking her head through the door, being like, "Hey, oh good, you're coming up here. I don't have to bork and make you leave the computer. Good." So yeah, no, she is somewhat unintentionally trained my dog to come find me.
Nice.
Although she's not the best communicator as far as the dog goes. She kind of just borks, but she borks for everything, so
It's a guessing game.
borking can either mean thunder or hungry or needing to go to the bathroom. Or
hey, go to
wants you
bed.
upstairs. Yeah.
Or hey, I hear something outside.
Yeah.
Hell, at night when I start turning off the lights, I just have to tell Marco it's bedtime and he'll go sprinting down for the bedroom.
Oh, it's also coincidentally the same thing. If I say it's bedtime, she will go into her crate and lie down. She's smart, but only when she wants to. She has very selective hearing. You just gotta hope you were selected.
So what you're saying is your dog is the perfect addition to your family?
You've seen the side eye she's given.
Uh-huh.
Bombastic side eye.
Speaking of
Bombastic.
selective hearing, what were the names of the two individuals that have been identified as going into and out of the caverns?
Nergoth
And
who we've
presumably
also
Felros.
and Felros. Nergoth has also been referred to as the zombie.
As the
He
zombie.
had forever ago, we discovered Felros put out 4 bounties for Nyla. Cecile happened to have one of those and didn't know that the slimy motherfucker put some magic that before that point Cecile had only ever seen in the Feywild, so didn't expect it on a fucking contract here. That the Feywild ones, they disclose that that's part of the contract before you sign it. Here, not so much. So during a torture session that was discovered, we have destroyed 3 of the 4 contracts, but the zombie has the last one. And basically, they're a real piece of work in which if Felros dies, with 3 of the contracts destroyed, there's still a percentage chance. If Felros dies, Cecile dies. But we don't know. So getting the zombie and getting his contract and destroying his contract would be great, because then I mean, it's technically up to Nyla.
But Kirk does suggest taking your stealthiest and going and scouting.
I look at a mirror.
It might take more than one person too. The more people that can more likeliness for
You're
success.
Stealthiest
I'm
motherfucker.
not that sneaky. I can be at times, but it's not very often.
Alyssa tightens her buckles around her weapons.
Now
Think
can you
of
hear
a
me?
stone camouflage. Think of a stone camouflage.
I
How
forgot.
good is your stealth?
Though, I think I have that, don't I?
I forgot to change my mic, so I was talking this whole time and I couldn't say shit.
Well, I got advantage on stealth roll. I got advantage on stealth, and it's a +3.
This one might actually be your
well,
best bet.
I mean, one of the biggest things that Amir is going to need, and he can go out and move quickly, is what to look like and like key phrases and passcodes and whatnot that he may need.
Tipper's also considering you have the advantage of wild shape.
That too, and plus I have Gios, so I mean we could always, interrogate those.
I
Those
also
are
have greater
mine.
invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
I also have
It's
gadgets form.
still, I wouldn't necessarily rely just on magic though, Nyla.
Oh no, that's
No,
okay because
that's-
I'm not stealthy at all. With my armor, I'm super clanky.
So yeah,
Plus,
I think
if,
honestly Alyssa and Timbers might be the best bet to go with Amir. Try and
plus I
scout
mean,
things.
if
I
shit
have
goes
disguised.
sideways,
I have
if
disguised
shit-
self, but I have
No,
disadvantage.
that's not stealth. No.
no.
if shit goes sideways, I can always flashbang and get us out of there quick.
I mean, you can do wild shape. You could just be an animal that might be in that area. Turn into
Yeah,
a
no,
rat or
but-
something.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that if shit goes sideways, I did learn the spell Sunburst.
Oh boy.
But remember, you guys are in a place that has basically that has the ability to summon a magical ward of alert. You guys pass the river, pass through the barrier. You just have that. You just know that once you pass through it, that everybody knows you're there.
Yep.
So if they have the ability to make something like that, they might have the ability. They might have things in place to negate magic, which is why I think
So
Cecile was trying to suggest the stealthiest without the need for magic.
Got it.
yeah.
And
But
I
I
will
mean,
say,
Stone,
Wild
They
stone
would-
shape is
camouflage is not
also
magic.
wild shape is also different in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
plus,
that's
like I said,
nature magic. That's not as
yeah.
plus, like I
game
said, I also
based.
got stone camouflage, which is not. It's not magic. It's just a trait. Being a,
Once
So
we
yeah, I
once we
think-
get into the into the volcano, it'd be good.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at home.
So you wild shape to get there, and then.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think you and Alyssa and Amir. I'll look at Alyssa and be like, I've got a sending stone to you at least. So if shit starts going south and we need to come in guns blazing or make a distraction.
Yeah.
Kirk
Well,
goes and wanders and find a spot that's where he's going to start making comfortable.
Cecile doesn't have the happiest lookout. Like, it's the nope, this is the best plan, but I hate that this is the best plan that we're sending 3 people, including Alyssa. Don't like it.
All right, as you guys tick and tick closer, you only have minutes left of this
Yeah.
before the door
We should-
disappears.
So look at
Wait.
Kirk
Quick,
and just be
did
like,
we get a long rest in or no?
Short.
short.
Short rest, okay.
After the stuff with Kirk, just a short. But we got a
Yeah.
long
And-
rest before that.
And also because of Nyla, any hit dice you use, you get +10 to each hit dice that you use.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't really need. I don't think short rest replenishes spell slots, would it? It only
Nope.
No.
does-
Only for certain classes.
Unless
There's no point.
unless you're warlock or something.
then yeah, there's no point in me
Yeah.
doing a short rest. I
I
only
mean-
took like 1 damage.
But it also replenishes health.
Yeah, I only took like
Yeah.
1 damage. So there's no
Oh.
point in me
Oh
doing
no, I took the brunt of Kirk's stuff, but I think
No.
that was Kirk doing it somewhat intentionally,
I-
knowing that I'm
listen,
tanky.
it.
Like he was attacking us, but he was attacking somebody very solid.
Yeah, I know.
So
Thank God for Nate. Thank
All
God
right.
for Nate.
Well, I'll look
Nature
at
ward.
Kirk and be like, "You should probably put the bag over your head while we have the door open." And once we're out, which give it
Have we
like a
thought
minute
about
or
have we
two
thought
or
about,
5. I don't know.
taking the bag and making like earmuffs out of it?
Don't
That
have
was
time.
my initial request to the cousins. This is what they were able to come up with in a short amount of time.
In the time that they were allotted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good question. Would we if we like maybe make like two little holes where Kirk can see? Would that still affect?
Nope.
Would that affect the integrity of the bag?
I don't even think you can do that with
That
the
might.
bag. It's, I think, technically an artifact now. So
Oh.
I'm not sure that thing can even really be damaged.
I wouldn't want to risk it anyway. So
Yeah.
Kirk's already kind of chosen the option of being able to stay in here, or he doesn't have to worry about the bag. And I can always open a door back to this demi plane so we can get Kirk out.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody, Kirk, put the bag on. You can take it off in like 5 minutes. Everybody out.
Yes. Are you already down there
And then
or up there?
Sanders and Alyssa going with Amir.
Okay.
Okay, everybody,
With, I mean,
ready?
doing their own stealthing. Yep, out.
I open the door and
Break! Rush it out.
head out.
Break.
Break!
Over it.
Immediately rush out the door.
Yep. Oh, and I left the bag that has Ravine in there. It's with Kirk. I'll probably hand it back to Kirk and be like, talk to her about her constant fucking kidnapping, Hydroon. And
Again, she
Try to get a
shouldn't
clear
be
answer.
Problem.
oh no.
I'm trying to get an answer as to why it's been being done. Not I'm just following the Raven Queen's orders.
Oh no, I know she's not a problem. Wink, it'll be good.
And we
Alright, so
head
now
out.
we're out of the box.
Yep. Now I'm guessing timed it just right that as soon as I close the door, once everybody's out, door disappears.
Makes sense to me.
You
Wait,
guys
look,
all.
cookies!
Are
you
we
guys
making
all
like a
stepped up.
terrible D&D version of that one movie? Is there a movie named Bird Box?
So did Asher say with your dad?
yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was called The Birdcage. Oh no, that's Robin Williams.
It's Bird Box.
Yeah.
No, that's
It was
different.
That's a damn good movie, though.
That's a great
That's
I
movie.
mean, honestly, I think
other
we're closer
movie.
to
Oh,
I
look
think
at
we're
it!
closer to imitating that than Bird Box. Bird Box is fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50-50.
You guys leave, the door closes, and
What's wrong with
you
him?
guys can kind of just sense that feeling, like anyone who can sense Kirk's magic as soon as that door closes, just completely cut off. Like, yep, he is
Yeah.
tucked away and safe.
Yeah. Make your rest a little bit easier now.
Yes.
One thing on the
Do
checklist
we
is
just
done.
hole up here at the trees while those three go?
I
Can
mean,
we get closer?
You guys can get a
I
bit
say we-
closer. There's the edge of the
Yeah,
forest before it gets too hot, towards
Okay.
the
I say we try
volcano.
to get as close as we can.
And then those three go.
Yeah.
Also recommend, since they kind of already know that we're here because we've crossed the barrier, y'all shouldn't stay in one place too long. Just kind of keep moving to keep yourselves aware of what's around.
Mm-hmm.
I say
Yeah.
we hold up as long as we can in a spot. Once we see patrols starting to get close, we move on to another position, and we do that until we hear back on what's the next part of the plan.
Works for me.
That,
All right.
that sounds good.
So you guys move on just to the edge of what seems to be a forest. The volcano of the well looks like it's close because of how big it is, but it is actually really far away. And you guys are still kind of up at the edge of the mountainside where you guys just kind of came from too. So yeah, the three go on ahead to scout, and the rest of you
I'll-
kind of
Yeah.
just stay
I'll
defensively.
remind Alyssa, like, you got a sending stone, shit hits the fan, just call.
Cecile,
Mm-hmm.
give my sending stone that you have to Amir.
Oh, yeah, that's actually smart. Hold that out.
This way they both have a
Nice.
sending stone to out to us.
Yeah. So I'll give you the stone that communicates with Hedron. So Amir's got the Hedron stone.
And then Badger, along the way, is there a chance that we could come across maybe a passed out cultist, a dead cultist? Basically something that Amir could
I mean, you could find one and kill one.
split- Oh, that too. Trying to go down the easiest route before that. Essentially finding a costume to help
I'm
us
just,
with
I'm
it
just
itself.
imagining like one of those infiltration movies where two cultists are walking by an alley and then these two sets of arms of Amir and Alyssa reach out, pull them into the alley, and then they step out wearing the garb.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about Amir is he can make himself look like.
Hear the
All right.
sounds of
One.
pans banging and a cat screech.
So as the three of you head off, I'll need a stealth check from all three of you.
Oh, as soon as all three of them are gone, Cecile's turning to Hedron like, I don't like it.
I get that, but this is our best chance.
I know that too. That's yeah. God damn, Timbers.
And they unfortunately
Ooh.
are the stealthiest of the of us.
Mhm.
So
And Amir has that
Okay.
look of like, you don't worry about me. This is my day job.
Oh, this is after you guys are gone.
So
Business.
before I guess while we're doing that, Timber's basically gonna go ahead, and do the telepathic spore burst and whatnot. So that way, Amir, Timbers, and Alyssa are mentally linked.
Oh, what's the
Have it
distance
ranged
of that?
You're just as good as mine. I can't remember. All right, let me see features and traits.
Say the Porsche would tell you if there's a range, or unless there's just a initial range to cast it, and then it's just duration.
Trying to remember.
I think it was initial range for cast and then duration after. If I remember correctly from last time it was used.
I remember
I
there
think it
was
had
a
a
range for hearing thoughts too.
yeah. If I remember correctly, there was initial radius during the cast, and then afterwards, everyone who was in the initial radius is linked for a certain period of time.
I can't seem to find it. I'm having trouble finding it. Okay,
What
here we
the spore thing?
Yeah, circle of spells, halo spores, symbiotic entity, versatile, fungal infestation, spreading spores, fungal body.
So I'm afraid I've tried to roll the dice 4 times now. It's not showing up in the chat log.
That's spreading spores. Yeah, I can't seem to find it for some reason.
Hold on.
Are you trying to roll it off of Alyssa's sheet?
No, I'm just keying in the formula.
Oh.
1d20 plus 10 advantage ADV.
Yeah, that's advantage.
Mm-hmm. Alright, spore stuff.
Wild shape, druidic circle. Wasn't the Badger? Wasn't that telepathic thing? Wasn't that a homebrew thing?
I wonder if the updates fucked with shit.
It
I
probably
can
did.
share
I
my
don't
screen or
think
go
it
grab
did
some
all.
physical dice.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I don't see it under my feature of traits. And I know it wasn't a spell. Because I know we picked it up when
No.
we were in
You
that
learned
little
it.
cave.
You learned it from the Mycondids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a specialty thing.
Let me see if I have it under my homebrew stuff.
I think it was homebrew. Could be under my extra.
I
No, it's not under my
remember
extra.
30 feet is a part of it. I don't know if that's the initial casting or what.
I should have added to notes.
Best
There's
of
two
Alyssa's
rolls.
advantage. Yeah, with advantage, the best is 22.
Yeah.
That's solid. Fuck.
That's still pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, they said we were the top 3 stealthiest, so yeah. I'm just doing my best to keep up with the natural stealth ones.
I'm actually impressed with Timber's, like, even though you, like, as your nat 20 at 23, that's really good.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, also given that we're around a lot of rocks and whatnot, so yeah, I could definitely just kind of start crawling like a lizard and just blend in and start. Yeah, I'm like a rock chameleon.
I remember there was a range to, because it wasn't just communication, but also you kind of read each other's thoughts a bit too. Like it was very like hive mindy.
Mhm.
I remember because Cecile was still hiding the fact that she had a contract for Nyla, so it was
Yeah, I
Oh
remember
yeah.
intentionally trying to not be in the range of hearing her thoughts. You could talk. No thoughts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't think about the contract. Don't think about the contract. Don't think about the contract.
Like they were still getting Cecile being very worried on different levels.
Yeah, no, I think the update might have really got rid of it. Because I could have sworn it was on there. I could have sworn that it was on there.
Did
at
you
one
look
point.
underneath your spells?
I know it wasn't a spell. I know
Wait,
it
I
wasn't
wonder-
a spell. But it's not
Well,
there.
okay,
looking.
you at least checked.
Yeah, I'm checking again. Moonbeam, because I don't say anything about anything about Myconids or anything about spores. Yeah, no.
Oh my god, you still have a wand of fear.
Yeah, I still have the Wand of Fear. Yes. That one was a doozy. That one was a doozy to attune to.
Okay, are we done?
Let's see. Was this spell?
The fighting, that's why I'm
I guess we'll just.
I mean, if
I'm
you
not
want,
seeing it.
since it's not there, we could just say it doesn't exist anymore, and I can go with that. I can go off that.
It would
I believe
probably work. The
30
only.
feet was the initial casting.
Mm-hmm.
I remember if you stayed within the 30 feet, that's when that like hive mind thing, where you can like flat out hear like thoughts, not just telepathic communication.
Mm.
But outside of the 30, you still had telepathic. I just can't remember. I think it lasted an hour because you based it off of raries.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what my brain is telling me.
So I think it's
If you
an
wanna
hour
just use that,
lasting
Go for it.
where you can talk to each other from whatever distance, but it was, yeah, as you said, it was
30 feet kind of acted more like detect thoughts, like a
Yes.
surface level detect thoughts.
Yes, as you stayed within 30 feet of each other, it allowed you to just, you didn't have to speak to people. Everyone just knew what you were doing.
Yep.
Much more hive-mindy if you stay within 30 feet. So if you're popping the spores on the whole party, the 4 or 5 that are sticking close to each other, trying to stay out of sight, basically has this universal awareness as long as they stay within 30 feet of each other. 3 of you guys scouting, you guys can still talk to each other, but you're not reading each other's minds. You won't know what everyone else sees, kind of thing, kind of feel.
Yeah.
The spore rapport. I might just have to make it a full-on thing because yeah, you did take the time to learn it from the Mycondids after you guys helped them in their pickle.
Yeah. That one was also a doozy. Find those fire serpents.
Well, that and I knew you were as a spore druid.
Oh, yeah.
Happy to encounter creatures that also use spores.
Oh, absolutely.
You could make it a custom feat.
I probably will. So yeah, we'll say 30-foot initial cast.
Okay.
But yeah, the people who stay within 30 feet of each other, they're just like harmoniously synced.
Yeah.
So at first, you guys are like game planning, like your thoughts are just traveling from one person to another without even having to do any work. But as the 3 stealthy ones split off and go further and further away, you guys can still like, hey, you guys hear me? Yeah, I still hear you. Do you still hear me? Like without speaking. But it takes a little extra oomph to do it. So, with the rolls you guys have rolled, you guys kind of like, okay, we'll be back, and like slink off into the tall grass, and you guys just cease to exist as far as the rest of the party is concerned.
You're damn right.
And you guys head down closer to the well. I need perception checks from the 3 stealthy ones.
And that's a 17.
I see all.
Damn.
Damn.
I no longer have access to Alita sheet. There's no token for me to open our sheet with. Excuse Alyssa.
Alyssa? Then I will just do
Holy
You'd think
Were
2
you,
hours
were
in the
you,
game
were
I'd
you,
have
were
the song
you,
that was
were
stuck
you?
in my head out of my head, but no. It's
Ah.
just on repeat.
This is what rogues do.
Boom.
They're unseen and they see all.
There. Now you should be able to just access the sheet in a different tab if you'd like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the stuff.
Yeah, I trust you. So if you just, I know you're rolling it externally, so then adding the pluses. So worst case scenario, I could always just. +9, 19. All right. You guys, the three of you can tell right off the bat that there are six entrances into this area. There are 6 tunnels that you guys can find entrances to while you guys are taking the better part of the day to scout around. And while you're being very sneaky, moving around kind of thing, Amir, you notice that there is one of these cultist guards walking away a little too far from the rest of the group to take a piss in the bushes.
Nice.
Perfect.
What do you want to do?
Oh, what do I do? Stuffing things.
Stuffing things.
Okay, so I'm gonna let him get to his destination. I'm gonna let him take care of his business because I'm at least gonna be that polite because I don't want to have to deal with that stench or that accident that can create. And about as soon as the individual is done, I'm going to cast Charm Person on this individual.
Roll it.
I need a wisdom check or wisdom save of 19.
Fail.
Fail. Cool. Hey, buddy. Come here while we talk.
You interrupting him mid-pee?
No, I waited until he was after.
It's like, all right, I'm done. All right, hold on, Steve. I'll be there in a second. Zip. Hey, you want to come over here and talk to me? Oh, Steve, you're over there. Yeah, what's going on? And just,
Yeah, I'm Steve now.
Hey, I mean, it's better than mid shit, right?
Yep.
Hey, Steve, how you doing? I'm taking the world's dumpiest down.
So we're kind of off in a little bitty corner or whatnot. I start, casually asking him questions, just trying to pull out what details I can. If I need to know passwords, what tunnels go where, like roughly how many people are on shift or if they're guarded. I'm just very calmly, nonchalantly just trying to get info from this dude.
okay.
Should have given him bardic inspiration shit. Oh no, I can't. Never mind.
So he, in particular, is part of the guard detail that is this tunnel right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like nonchalant about it because it's a very rarely used tunnel. It's an entrance that no one really uses. So the detail isn't all that strict. That's why he's able to go out and piss in the bushes without supervision.
Okay.
If possible, Alyssa would like to mentally send beam over, spore on over to Emir. Traps. Ask about traps.
Oh, that's part of the whole conversation. Like you have this immediate like road.
Wait a minute,
That's
amateur?
one of the things I checked.
Yeah, well, He's also charmed. He's going to answer very specific questions. You asked about his post. He answered about his post.
Mm-hmm.
So what other
And-
questions?
So asked about the post. Like I said, he asked, like if there's any passwords or whatnot. He kind of remembers it, but he's currently failing at this time. So are there like passwords and whatnot, Badger?
Passwords?
Yes.
Somewhere. Sometimes. Not really where he's
Somewhere.
at.
Oh. Okay. That's good to know. And then following the password line of questioning, it's like, hey, is there any kind of booby traps or security features in case someone were to slip past?
He's like, I don't know, dude.
You don't know. Oh, that's fine. I'm trying to think what else. I asked about traps. Asked about passwords. Which one of these tunnels is more important than the rest?
In relation to who?
Like, which one's more heavily guarded?
Well, you're either looking at that one or that one. And he gestures to a entrance. What? Way down here. And he gestures to an entrance somewhere up here.
Steve's job.
Okay. And then finally, we'll ask, do you know where they're holding people for the sacrifice?
Sacrifice. My job is to guard that post, make sure that only certain people with the cult insignia get through.
All right, fair enough.
Congratulations, you're talking to a grunt.
Well, I figured. He that's why I was trying to ask the questions. He's like, all right, what would a grunt know? All right, well, he should know passwords. He may know security features if he's paid attention as well enough. And he should know where the more secured entrances are. All right. And by this time, we already have our disguises, correct?
What do you mean by disguises?
Oh, this is our opportunity for disguises.
We have met one person. We're gonna need at least two
Okay.
more.
Yeah. All right. Well, I sit there, size them up. Also sized up the other. I just go, hey, Alyssa. In my head, it's like, we gotta change the clothes. And then I go, hey, Steve, can you call your other buddy over here real quick?
You mean call Steve? Yeah, I can call Steve.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. Which there's a bit of confusion because he sees you as Steve at first. And then he's all like, oh, hey, Steve, can I show just come over here for a minute? He's all like, do you need someone to shake it for you? I just need you to come look at this. He needs to ask you a question, and then there's that sudden blink of confusion. Wait, who, what?
What?
And starts wandering over with a look of utter confusion.
I was like, no, I need you to stay here, man. I need both of you over here. And I'm telling Alyssa, hey, the other guy's gonna come. I need you to jump him as quick as possible. I got this one charmed for right now. We'll not take care of both of them, and we'll swap out clothes.
Alyssa, hiding nearby, is flexing her hands, ready to pounce. You feel the animal inside ready to, you know.
So yeah,
There's that ranger coming out.
Amir's got who I'm just going to name as Charlie for the moment, and
Yeah.
you asked him to call over the other dudes, so now yes, Steve is on his way over.
Yeah.
And
And
he
while
enters the tall grass, and he's like, all right, what the hell are you needing help for? Like I said, do you need help shaking it?
Amir, distract the charmed one for a moment. And then Alyssa says, Amir, distract the charmed one for the moment.
Amir already has a hand on Charlie, and just like kind of turning him away, just continuing the chat that we've been having. It's like just casually just chatting like world buds.
And then at that point, Alyssa will attempt to leap out of the grass and take Steve by the throat and choke him out.
Athletics? Or acrobatics?
Whichever one's higher.
Whichever's higher.
Whichever's higher.
Yeah.
29.
So yeah, Alyssa, Steve, like, hey, so what's going on in here? And just there's this lunge of just anger. And before he can like scream or do anything or try to shout, he's in the chokehold.
I feel like
Alyssa holds him tightly around the neck until he completely stops moving, and then holds for an additional 2 seconds.
I feel like Amir would be like, "Hey Charlie, look over here real quick." And Steve's like, "Hey Charlie," and just gets tackled.
Now
Yeah.
now I have to ask one very specific question. Is this non-lethal?
I have to admit, as a newcomer to Alyssa, I wouldn't know if she would care
Oh.
about this person's life.
I feel
Al,
like
you want to
like a
answer
regular-
that one?
Mm,
Amir would
This is-
add non-lethal, because if it's lethal, the smell is a warning.
Okay, yeah, choke him out non-lethally.
yeah, pray God doesn't soil himself.
All right, yeah. He
Well,
goes
there's
from
oil
what's
and
going on to
the smell, like of the body decomposing.
No, when people die, they shit and piss themselves.
Yeah.
There's that, and
That dude was literally just pissing on the building.
No, that was the other guy.
Charlie
is
was the one
Steve.
pissing in the grass.
Oh, that's
Steve-
right.
Steve
pisses
is
so
the-
much stinkier.
So as you get so if I didn't explain it well enough, this entry, this tunnel was guarded by two people. And Amir saw one of them sneak away from the other to go take a piss in the tall grass. And that's where he got charmed. So
Mhm.
now
That's
the
because it's
tunnel's being
Steve's
guarded by
natural
one
scent.
person. And it was like, hey Steve, come look at this for a second. What the fuck are you doing over there? We gotta go back to
Apparently
post that.
because Whenever they do wake back up, they see your faces. Well, maybe not Alyssa's, depending on how he took his ass out. But
Yeah,
Charlie
Steve-
will know that
Steve goes
I
limp.
charmed him. The
yeah, that's
the other one's gonna be knocked out and whatnot. So, and then I just tell Charlie, it's like, hey, here's a good spot to sleep. You know, a little bit away from the pissing corner, but he's like, just take a nap. Just relax, man.
Nope.
You've had a long day.
Plus a cow.
Once they're both safely unconscious, Alyssa will proceed to strip them of their outer garments.
Mm-hmm. And once they're stripped, Amir's gonna tie them up and gag them, so they're not gonna
Not
be
comment.
found.
Eat all.
Okay.
And then at the same time, Amir's gonna study Charlie enough to just mimic his voice, because he had plenty of time of learning his voice while in conversation, and then just alter himself to look like Charlie. It's like, all right, well, we can either go in through the quiet door and see what we can find, or we can figure out what's at the more heavily guarded ones.
As Alyssa is shuffling on the robes, flicking her eyes between the tiefling and the wild shape, I think we're pretty obvious, even with our disguises. We should probably take the quiet route.
No, Amir has altered himself to look like Charlie.
Oh, right. Yes. I'm sorry. You did say that. My apologies.
Yeah. So he doesn't look like himself at all. Yeah. I still recommend the quiet path, because this looks like a back entrance to something. What that is, we won't know until we go in. So,
Let's do it.
alright.
I'll take this opportunity to sending Stone back over to the group that we have disguises. We have a way in, and we're doing so.
All right. So you've taken Steve's form?
I have taken Charlie's form.
Taken Charlie's form.
Mhm.
And Alyssa is in Steve's pants.
To the group.
Context. Okay.
Cecile, how does that make you feel?
I don't know. I'm not there.
Now the $1 million question is,
Yeah.
what about Tibbers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's easy. I already know what I'm gonna do. So the way these outfits, do they look like they have like a bunch of folds in one of them? Like they got like overlapping folds or armor and whatnot?
I mean, it's mostly like less armor-ish and more robes. I mean, these are Cult of the Dragon. They have some people that are armored up. Some of them are just in robes with swords, kind of thing.
Right. So okay. So I mean, it's just robes. All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use a wild shape, and I'm gonna turn into a tiny spider, to a small spider. and I'm basically gonna just like I'm basically gonna talk to Amir and be like, I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna be crawling inside your robes and whatnot. Don't freak out, right? As I basically kind of turn to a spider and I crawl up his leg into the robes.
Thanks for the warning.
Oh, I bet that tickles.
Oh yeah. Oh,
goodness.
if
We
Amir
got-
hadn't had the warning, oh, it would have been SWAT. But like warning,
We
okay.
got Alyssa in Steve's pants and Timber in Mir's pants.
Oh yeah. I'm like,
That is something that Timbers does not want.
damn Amir. Amir, is Charlie's pants shorter, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, that's right. You cast the sports thing, so you can.
Yeah, I'm talking to him while the spider crawling his leg.
Alrighty
Yeah,
then.
obviously, crawl up the leg and whatnot, just basically kind of like I'm crawling up the leg and trying to get up to like his shoulder. So in case something happens, like these just lunge, like jump out of the hood and whatnot and help out.
Yeah.
So we have 2 knocked out
Oh my god.
cultists,
That are bound and gagged.
bound and gagged,
Hidden away.
tucked into the tall grass that he once pissed in.
I wouldn't not putting them in the piston area. I'm not that.
It's still in the tall grass. Depending on how long they stay there for, they might have more opportunities to piss in the tall grass anyway. So yeah,
Anyway,
now we
yeah.
got Pseudo Steve and Pseudo Charlie.
Pseudo Steve.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys continue to scout now that you can kind of probably get a little bit closer without raising too much awareness.
Yeah. Yeah. We're taking this obvious back door.
All right. Do you go clockwise or counterclockwise?
Well, if we're entering here, 'cause this is the back way. we're just
Oh,
gonna
I mean,
follow-
you guys are just scouting right now. You guys are scouting the perimeter.
Oh, just the perimeter.
Mhm.
Well, if we're just gonna scout the perimeter, then clockwise is my suggestion.
I agree.
I have no say so whatsoever. I'm just along for the ride, literally. Man, it's gotten real quiet.
I was just about to say, did my headset cut out or did it just get very quiet?
No, it just got really quiet.
It's
And then I
really
laughed
quiet.
at the stuff that
Like,
Taylor's
holy
added
crap!
to the map.
I thought someone
Yep.
had the Discord.
Like I thought my internet went out for a second.
So now we have the
No, I'm just
adventures
waiting for a
of
moment.
Moments,
second.
so I don't say the things that are popping into my head.
the adventures of Pseudo Steve and Chappy Charlie.
I knew it. I needed to do that. Chappy Charlie.
So
Wait, cultists now wear chaps? That's new. Are they assless?
yeah, but it's always weird if you're putting on pants from other people. Like, it's a little chafe.
Yeah, no,
Well, not if you're actually
like
turned
the,
into that person,
yeah.
then you don't get the chafe.
It's not
Yes.
draping. It's not hanging on me right.
It's why it's Pseudo Steve and Chappy Charlie. Okay, cool. All right, so you guys are going south.
Yes.
Bitty, 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 bitty. How far are you going? How far do you want to go? Once you're this
Just to the
area.
next entry point, I think.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Basically, just going from entry point to entry point, observing.
Perception check.
Could I do this perception check too, or no?
That is
Are
actually.
you still in Amir's
24.
pants?
No, I crawled over to his
Wait.
shoulder.
Which entry are we looking at again? Because I kind of got lost now.
This one.
Are we looking at?
Doodle Steve and Chappie Charlie with tiny timbers.
Okay, thank you.
I got about 12s. I got a dirty 20. I got about 12s.
All right. Well, still
24,
enough, high enough perception to note that this particular entryway seems popular for cultists. You guys see a lot of cultists, soldiers, people who should be on staff. A couple of them kind of give you weird looks like, aren't you supposed to be on post? But they just kind of wander in and out.
I gestured to Charlie, and I mime taking a piss, and then waved.
Basically, talk to Chappie Charlie and whatnot. I'd be like, "Hey, I just let you know if it seems a little sticky around your neck. Sorry, I got a little too excited and wept a little."
Okay. So yeah, that for anybody taking notes, this entryway seems popular for the cultists, as if it might lead to living quarters.
Okay.
Okay. So. All right. And we're gonna just continue down and making it look like we're on a outer patrol. Like we got shifted from door patrol to outer patrol.
All right. So you guys go south to the next entry.
Mm-hmm.
I need perceptions and stealths.
Okay, I see all.
That's what you think, but okay.
That's another dirty 20 for perception. And
Oh, that was sleight of hand, not stealth.
That's gonna be a 16 for stealth.
Okay.
So,
And then for
33.
those trying to stay out of trouble, because it's been over an hour since they left y'all, I need a group stealth. So I guess I'll
Wait, for us?
for the ones that are hiding, yes. For the ones that aren't
Hiding.
scouting.
So do we really need this disadvantage in our group?
If you're not moving,
I'm not.
I'd argue.
I'm trying
Are
not
we
to
in dim
move.
light?
I mean, you guys are kind of just in the forest, kind of on the edge.
So would you count that as dim light?
In some spots, maybe.
Because that's probably where Cecilia is.
What
because
the
I
hell?
But like I said,
Leo,
I'm
darling.
gonna take a group stealth. So if a few of you can roll high, we'll be fine.
No, this is important due to my armor, Timmy.
Oh yes,
Because
if
it
if you're
finds me.
purposely searching it, you'll find it.
Okay, let's change dice.
Don't get me
Well-
wrong, I am pacing. I'm trying to be
Roll
quiet, but
disadvantage,
I'm
Roger? I'm
fancy.
not moving.
So the 3 scouting are good.
With advantage, the best was a 24.
Do I need to roll with disadvantage if I'm not moving?
No.
So flat roll. I asked the question. A flat roll.
You said no, flat roll
Flat roll.
Okay.
for CC.
Oh, that works.
Nyla, probably the same thing. Nyla, roll stealth. No disadvantage. Confirm.
Did he zone out this hard?
Better not.
No, sorry. I was getting
Roll
food.
stealth, no disadvantage. Just roll stealth flat.
Sorry, I was getting food. Alright, stealth, no disadvantage. Oh, that wasn't a 2. Okay, thank God.
All right. So your group
18?
rolled high enough. I take the group as like a average 18ish. Despite the 4 that was rolled. So you guys are just being well and sneaky. It's been, like I said, it's been a little over an hour since the 3 of you, snuck off to go scout. Occasionally you can see some movement along the way, kind of thing, like, okay, there they are, whatnot. But you guys are also noticing that there are a couple of fast-moving patrols in your area. They seem to be looking or trying to find something very specific, but they're not really stopping to search thoroughly. It's almost like they're just trying to comb a large area. So they're like, as you guys are like, okay, there they are. You just kind of hear hut, 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 and then they pass you. but they didn't see you.
doing it.
Oh, it's like a scouting party of like 4 or 5, just quickly moving through the area, trying to comb a large area, kind of deal.
Oh no! Just the way that you described it, it just reminded me of the 2 guardsmen from Ruby, where they're just like, they're like, "That's Caroline Jones to you," and they're just so excessive.
All right. For the 3 walking up, as you guys are walking up, you realize that there are no cultists of normal robes here. This entrance seems heavily guarded. Not necessarily in the tunnel directly, but further, you've seen tracks that might suggest drakes. You see cart tracks that will generally signify for heavily armored personnel, which might be dragon fangs, dragon claws. You guys have fought a lot of the different hierarchies of the cult. You guys are disguised as someone really low on the totem pole, but this entrance kind of gives off there is something in here because of how heavily fortified this entrance is.
Okay.
So, would you say this looks like the main big entrance?
It is a main entrance, probably.
A main entrance. Okay. All right. Mental note and keep walking.
Because if I recall, yeah, this particular entrance gives off heavily used.
Yeah.
All right. You guys move on.
Yes, indeed.
I still have no choice. I'm still in the robes.
Oh,
You still have no choice.
you guys make it to another entrance. Perception checks.
Yay. Do I have to roll like 8 times since I got 8 eyes?
No.
That is actually,
I know. It's a joke.
it's actually
That's a
24.
19. That's a 19.
Oh, no way.
That's a 24 for Alyssa.
Damn. This particular entrance looks abandoned. There are no tracks that lead to it. There are no sounds of guards. There's no lights that you can see. with a 24 perception tech, kind of somewhat into the tunnel, like maybe 30, 40 feet back. It does look like you see a wall of rocks, like a potential cave-in had happened here.
Okay, so not necessarily a back door, a collapsed door.
If about 40 feet into the cave there appears to be signs of a cave-in, Alyssa would like to, while keeping alert and her head on a ball joint, looking for anything out of the ordinary, try to put a hand on the rocks to see how stable, or to see how sturdy it is.
Okay. And because you are getting a bit closer, I need a nature check.
Show.
If it's a bad roll, can I assist with that?
That's a 7.
I mean, does the druid not have nature?
Of course, I'm just asking. No, just
You can do whatever you want. You can either roll it or give.
No, yeah, those are rocks.
fucking rock. It's like I hear like a cave in. What fucking rocks? What?
Alyssa's probably also distracted being this close to the well. Her dragon senses are probably going.
I'm about to say, yeah, she's got a passive sense. She can sense dragons up to a
Within 6
mile.
miles in
Within
her
6
terrain?
miles. And
Yeah,
they
if
are
she's in her favorite terrain,
everywhere
it's 6
here.
miles. Yeah.
So any kind of low roll could be perceived to getting distracted with, oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Oh my god. Hey Steve, you okay? Yeah, I'm fucking fine.
Alyssa, you test some of the rocks. Some of them there are some areas that look really secure, but the majority of them are not. Like, they seem easy to knock over, easy to push. Tibbers, you see signs of a usage. You see signs of usage. You notice tracks and claw marks and particular. Well, with an 18, I'll say, you are familiar of Umber Hulks. Seem to have burrowed through this tunnel as of recent, leaving a debris of rock that, from afar, looks like it's still caved in.
I definitely pass on the message to Amir and Alyssa.
So
Alyssa radios back. What's an Umber Hulk?
Massive digging creatures.
So another back door.
Yeah, but God only knows if an Umber Hulk did this. God only knows where this could actually lead. That's probably gonna lead into. It's probably gonna lead downwards.
As Timbers would know, Umber Hulks, large monstrosities, chaotic evil, an abominable horror from deep beneath the earth. An Umber Hulk burrows into cave complexes, dungeons, or underdark settlements in search of food, especially the humanoid prey it craves.
Hey, Kicks, no! Kicks, oh God, Umber Hulks. Sorry, I just looked up what it looks like. Oh God.
Right, moving quickly along.
See, I know, just hearing like Umber Hulks, I'm trying to like Umber Hulks. I remember like digging and whatnot. Then it comes back to me. Oh yeah, and Kicks. I'm here basically just feel like this spider kind of start jittering and whatnot. Like, no, get away. Like, just start jittering and whatnot.
Yeah, and Amir's just gonna like kind of look at the spider and it's like, calm yourself.
After I take a few tiny spider breaths, I'm like, sorry. Just had. It's like, sorry for much running with ant kegs. Umber Hulks are bigger, nastier. We don't want to mess with them.
Oh, seriously.
Pray God we don't come across one.
You guys continue your journey.
Yeah. Once
we need to get away
once
from
we once we finished our initial, like look around, it's like, all right, let's continue moving on as we have the
So-
conversation.
considering how far you guys have to travel on this one, I need essentially stealth checks from you guys. And for those still out hiding in the wilderness, I need a group stealth check.
Apparently, no matter what side of dice I use tonight, it doesn't like me.
Hey,
Oh,
that's not
no.
bad. 20. I got a dirty
That
20.
is sleight of hand, not stealth.
Hydrune, you have been distracted.
By what?
That based on the
Alita.
information you
Alita.
learned not too long
Yeah, you
ago,
mixed up
your
Alita.
your new girlfriend may or may not have just beaten the shit out of your bully. And this idea is just has you like the longer you guys just sit and wait, the more you're just like, how? What?
You are
What?
smitten, my dude. You are smitten.
Yeah, no, that's
Still
if
is
that doesn't scream
surprisingly
smitten, that's bad.
focused.
It's Hydrune rolling a 4 twice in a row, and Ilita rolling a 22 twice in a row.
So while you guys are trying to hide, like Hydrune is wandering off, and Ilita's like, no, get the fuck back here. So with
Facing in
with
thought.
the amount of higher rolls that you guys do, you guys are able to avoid yet more patrols that are searching the area. With some of y'all's passive perception, you kind of get the idea from the chatter of the patrols in your vicinity. They are looking for the bird, which kind of tells you guys they know he poofed. So these patrols might be looking to see if he's dead somewhere. So a good another.
As I'm
You
just
guys.
thinking to myself, good luck finding him, motherfuckers.
So now a couple of hours since they went to scout has gone by. And you guys make it to another area. And because of that, you guys rolled gnarly stealths.
Couple of hours like 2 or a couple of hours like 3?
Like, this is probably going on the 3rd hour. It took them between leaving, getting Steve and Charlie, and going down to this bottom tunnel, probably was a little over an hour. To go all the way up to this corner probably took another 2 hours to get over there completely. As you guys get close, but not like too close, you guys are probably still like back here technically. This is another heavily used tunnel. There are cultists and wagons and things and coming in and out, and wagons of supplies and soldiers going out, and even the space above your head seems to encircle this entire like northern section of the volcano. Feels heavy in the terms of the dragon's presence.
So,
out of all the airspace that the dragons could traverse, it seems to be directly over your heads that they are the most active.
So,
What question?
Question. By this time, could Amir have determined which path the Drakhorn sounds like it's more strongly emanating? So, like, if he were to have to choose a path, what would his best educated guess be on where the Drakhorn would be if he could do that?
Intelligence check or insight?
I'm gonna do insight. Which
There's the
that
I
is
could just tell
a
you.
18.
Okay.
It's actually it's an 18 insight.
What's y'all's passive perception?
19.
24.
Jesus, mine's 18.
As if you had music blaring through a tube
Mm-hmm.
where your ear is on one end of like the wrapping paper tube and someone put a speaker or their phone on the far end.
Oh God!
The Drakhorn is crystal clear coming from this entrance.
Kind of figured. Good to know. And Amir is taking all sorts of mental notes at this point because, like, all right, we need to know this, we need to know that. This location is vitally important.
And some of your mental notes are so loud that bits and pieces are going to the rest of the party.
Well, the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is good.
So, what do you want to do?
Alright.
Continue going?
Continue on our perimeter sweep. Yeah. Try not to-
We'll say that in the same time you guys go search these other two. As you guys kind of round the corner, you can tell that these two entrances are within eye line of each other. Like the guards on the entrances of both of these could turn and see each other. They're within eyesight. Whereas all the other entrances are like between the terrain, the hills, and like the curves. You can't see any other entrance from there.
Okay.
They are not as heavily used, but you can tell that they're still equally as heavily guarded as some of the other ones you've seen. And unlike the very first tunnel that you came upon, where you guys met Charlie and Steve, the majority of these tunnels seem extra guarded. There's more than just two people there. There's probably more. There's probably further inside the cave systems. Potentially with how close the cult is to inciting the rite of the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who's not out fighting or preparing to fight a war is probably on guard duty.
Yeah.
So it's not, you kind of get that sense now that you guys have kind of gone around the whole thing that no matter which tunnel you take, no matter how deep you get, it's going to be a hell of a fight to get feet. Every feet
Anywhere.
is going to be, yeah.
Okay. So, essentially, we have two big doors to knock down, which would be best taken by an army. 5 smaller doors, 2 of them are least guarded, 2 of them have to be hit at once. And the other one, it's like, all right, we're kicking down their living quarters door.
Mm-hmm. There is,
need a little bit of backup.
with the amount of time it took you guys to kind of scout around this massive volcano, taking hours just quickly walking, scouting. The day is getting to a close. And you guys have, even with passive perceptions, have found probably one space where you guys could potentially one area, just what would be outside of the map's vision, where you guys could potentially gather and long rest before diving in.
I mean, we also have the door. Like, we're going into the mansion. It's just.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But
But yeah.
basically, you guys have, between the you guys getting closer and closer. Like, I'm picturing Cecile and the rest of the party. You guys are like tucked just outside the map, up here somewhere.
Yeah.
Because that's where you guys kind of
Oh,
came
yeah,
in
we
from.
slowly moved our way there, yeah.
And then
If it's, oh no, I guess I can't do that yet.
Do what?
If it's getting closer to bedtime, or at least sleep, because I know you've been scouting for what Badger said. I wouldn't mind doing another mansion.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying, is when we do the long rest. But we want to wait for the other three to get back before you do that.
Okay. Gotcha. Wait, could it be possible to put like an alarm on the door
Oh, no.
of
So the door isn't visible to literally anyone else.
Correct.
Like, it doesn't exist at all for anybody else.
Oh, okay. I thought if someone had like detect magic, that's what my biggest fear was.
No, as long as the door is opened, you can see it. There's a enchanted magical door leading into a portal that you can kind of see, bigger on the inside technology. But similar to the closet, once that door is closed, the whatever side you're on, the other side becomes non-existent.
So it's
So if
kind
you
of like the
summon your
Magic
door,
Castle. Sorry. Go ahead.
so prospectively, if you summon the door, you can only see it from the side you're on.
Okay.
But as soon as everybody goes inside and you close that door, then the side that you just recently saw ceases to exist. Anyone other
So
than the party that went inside and you closed that door, that walked by it, there's nothing there.
So in a way, it's kind of like the constable's mansion where it goes invisible, or the fortress of Doctor Strange from Young Justice.
I was just
Kinda.
gonna say, it's like the sling ring. You summon a door, you walk through it, it closes, and that's it. It just ceases. Anyone walking
I know.
past, anyone walking past would just be like, okay, there's nothing there.
I know Dr. Fate's building, it like ceases to exist without the proper. That's what it reminded me of then.
Okay, well, whatever you got to do to get it in your head. But yeah. So, did the three of you announce yourself before walking back up to the group disguised and wearing clothes that are definitely not yours?
Sending stone that we're coming back and in disguise.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, it's gonna be a short bow to the face.
Well, you guys have also seen several patrols walking in formation with purpose, and when you guys are being told that they're coming back in disguise, you see two kind of lost individuals looking around to figure out where you guys are currently hiding. So it's a lot easier to point them out. They don't look in formation. They don't look like they're driving with a purpose. They just kind of look like they're trying to get out of the area of the volcano without being spotted.
Oh, okay, so it's friends.
Cecile
Got it. Okay.
probably visibly reacts when the sending stone finally goes off. Just like, Because it's been, what, how many hours at this point?
The seal kind of goes from like hunched over, constantly looking around to that setting stone going off, and it's like, oh, and Adam and Vigor, and let's go. Where are you coming from? Let's go. Let's go.
As long as there's no other patrols around, yeah.
Oh yeah,
It'll
you
probably
guys.
just be a standing up, because I'm a 7'3" elf.
enough ruckus where it's like Alyssa would be like, that where we go.
Oh, Amir would clock that silhouette any freaking where. Like, oh, gotta walk towards danger.
Hop out of the tall grass, and Melissa flips the hood back. We've got options, but we think we found.
Wait, let's go in the mansion first.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk out here.
Nyla's up.
You wanna make this a door?
Yes, I make the door.
Summons door, opens door. You guys jump on in.
Yep.
I don't think I had a map to signify.
Only
the
if the door
That's
is
okay.
high enough. I'm pretty sure stepping in will be sufficient.
Again, each room is fit to their personal preference, whether they want it a log or whatnot.
I think it's shared. Why? We all shared our pictures earlier. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the first times you don't.
I kind of got tired of like, oh, it's going to be the same room over and over again. I'm like, no, you know what? Everyone gets their own room. Customize it however you want.
So yeah. You guys go in, you guys close the door, it ceases to exist on the outside. And for the first time since you guys initially left this room almost a little over a day earlier, before encountering Kirk and the statues and the old guy and all that other stuff, you guys can finally breathe.
Oh boy. I feel like we're going to be making use of this quite a bit.
What, the mansion?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a hell of a
world
concoction to
plastics,
use.
whatever.
So now that everyone's had the chance to settle their nerves, Alyssa will, in great detail, as best noted as I can, all of the information that our small part that this half of the party gathered while we were circling the volcano.
At the
Taking-
same time, Amir's gonna do a map.
Taking special note to point out that this has definitely the right place because of the dragon senses that were going off in the on the back of her neck, specifically paying attention to the 11 o'clock position. The feeling was so strong that I could feel it coming through. Amir. I think it was Amir. Was it Timbers or was it Amir with the Dracoin?
Amir.
I could feel it coming through my connection to Amir. That's how strong it was.
I mean, that and your connection with dragons means maybe you could tell them more were there. But yeah.
You could have been deaf and could tell where majority of the dragons were. As long as you had eyes. But yeah, no, this is we have options as a group to infiltrate, but we're gonna need a lot more than us to be tackling. Otherwise, the entire volcano will be on top of us.
If
As soon as they know.
Timber's gonna, crawl out, jump off back from Spider to Timbers, and be like, yeah. Not only that, we also not only got dragons in the sky, cultists running around. We might have to deal with motherfucking Umber Hulks in maybe possibly hiding within the grounds.
Not a word that you guys are probably familiar with, Umber Hulks. Not unless you're used to the deep underground.
Yeah, I know. I guess I'm after I say talk about Umber Hulks. I can imagine I'd look at everyone. They're kind of giving me like what, and then I explain what they are exactly. They're basically giant mutated versions of Ankegs. They got giant mandibles, big arms, strong carapaces. They are a force to be reckoned with, and all they know is eat and destroy and anger.
Ah, Ankegs. Haven't heard you talk about those in a while.
I would rather fight. I'd rather fight a whole swarm of Ankegs than fight even one Umber Hulk. It makes my skin crawl.
Says the person who spent that scouting run as a spider.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Do we have any allies with armies? Or any kind of militia to
Oh,
distract?
do we?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's more of a Prime question than an Alyssa question. Yeah. Yeah, no, there is a whole ass army that is making it. So before we got
Yeah.
to with Kirk here, we were in Scornable,
Yeah.
and basically
I just missed that match.
yeah, the Waterdeep stuff. Basically, the armies that have slowly but surely been gathered are currently marching to Skirnable because it's the closest thing to this well. And
Yeah,
they're going to set up their forward base there. We just
Yeah,
cleared it.
we jumped ahead to find a location to set up a forward base.
Yeah. But then
And then
the
continued
last map
scouting.
got taken.
Right. I remember it now.
now-
Southwood, Daggerfall.
Yeah.
King Melendrock.
Yeah. But now we kept pushing forward because they got the last mask. So if there's a way for us to interrupt this in any way and slow this down, we gotta try because it's gonna take too long for the army to get here. Like we still got what, a couple days, Tim? Maybe
Potentially like
3,
another
4.
yeah.
But if they've got all the masks, they've got enough people to do the sacrifice. They can pull this. So if there's stuff we can do to fuck with that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, So you said the Draghorn seemed loudest at one specific.
That's
Yes.
Northern side. Main
Entrance 5. I'm calling it the
Yeah.
11 o'clock position.
So, I mean, assuming we go in there, we can maybe figure out exactly where the Draghorn is. If it's louder there, then it's not in the center of the well, right? Maybe it's in the tunnels and cave.
Well, like Kirk said, they're all not connected. So
Right. But if
don't
that's the
know.
loudest spot we can hear it, it's gotta be connected to wherever it is, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that's a major entrance with majority of the dragons. So it's going to be very hard for us just to waltz right up and tackle that one.
You say hard, considering your guys' face tanks. It's gonna be hard to walk in there. Lissa and Cecile look at each other like.
No, I'm not discounting the fact that we could or couldn't do it. It's just one of those things. It's like,
Well,
this is going to be a challenge.
I
and it's
have a
going to attract
one-time
lot
use of
attention.
something.
Yeah.
I have Dust of Disappearance, but it's one-time use, and it'll make everybody within, I think it was 10 feet of me, if I remember correctly. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Shit, where'd it go? There. Yeah, each creature and object within 10 feet of me become invisible for 2d4 minutes, so anywhere from 2 minutes to 8 minutes. Could come
Interesting.
handy during this at some point. Yeah, that might be interesting.
I mean, if we can. And that what hides our tracks and stuff, right?
And no, it makes us invisible. Anywhere from
How
2
many
to
people?
literally in any creature or object within 10 feet of me when I use it.
Okay. So we can all just go invisible, just with the knowledge that if we do specific things, that breaks it.
Yeah. Any creature affected by if any creature affected by the dust attacks or casts a spell, the invisibility ends for that creature.
Yep.
But it
just like the
also
spell.
is a luck of the dice. Is it going to be for only 2 minutes? Is it going to be upwards of 8 minutes?
Ooh.
Well,
2d4 minutes.
Arguably, we just need it to get through and pass whatever guards in the tunnel. Like, the more time, the better. We just gotta move
Honestly,
to figure out
I'm
where the
looking at
Draghorn
it.
is.
I'm looking at it as a, oh shit, let's get out type situation. Get away from this fight. Should it come down to that.
I mean, there's also my helm.
Yeah, but we have to be able to be close enough to you for you to use that.
Oh, you just have to be linked with me. I'm
Like
pretty
I said, we
sure.
still have to be close enough. If we're all spread out, like strategic spreading type deal in combat.
Yeah, and then Nyla's got your guys' other oh shit if anything were to get really
Nyla
bad.
also has teleportation, I believe.
Well,
Blanket
not just that, can
teleportation,
just
not
summon the
circle.
door. Everyone jumps in,
Yeah.
slams door, and you guys can.
Take a long rest, come back out fully refreshed.
To be honest, I wish I had my fancy tool that the grandpas are delivering.
I mean,
And
if
as if she would
nothing
ever
else,
use it.
we
We're
also
not
have.
planning on.
We
I'm
also
not
have
saying
my
we're trying to take them out.
demi-plane to
Yeah.
dip out for an hour.
I'm,
And
I'm,
if
I'm
need
not s-
be, we can all dip into there to be able to make a getaway from within the demi-plane.
That doesn't work with teleportation, though. Not my teleportation. Kirk might be strong enough. I'm not. Helm has limits. So if we're on a demi-plane, we're not on this plane.
Mhm.
If that makes sense.
What about a circle?
Don't forget,
Same-
you
same
guys
thing.
have a plane walker too.
Yeah, there is Alyssa with the ethereal step
Yeah.
and etherealness. We have numerous things, but I'm not saying we're trying to take out Tiamat and Takisis. I'm saying I think the best thing we can do,
Yeah.
as
Guess
far
what?
as
I also
nerfing
have
them,
plane shift.
we still need a
I
forge
just
for that.
realized that.
Mhm.
I'm not saying we're going in to fight. I'm saying we're going in to find the Drakhorn, destroy it, and get out.
Yeah.
At the very least. Because
'Cause then
I
we-
think that's
'cause
gonna
then-
nerf Takisis
Oh, yeah.
massively.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
That's-
because then a lot of the dragons that are under their control might be like, nah, fuck you.
Most of them probably. Dragons are inherently very selfish creatures.
Except
They
for the
don't want
ones who are
Tiamat here because that means there's a dragon above them. They don't want that.
But here's the thing.
yeah, except yeah.
we got to consider what else could be near the Drakhorn, because there's probably multiple layers of security.
Oh yeah, no,
Mhm.
I'm not saying it's as easy as walk into a room, smash it with a hammer, and leave.
Somebody, anybody, roll me an intelligence check.
No.
Two tanky front ladies are just like,
Let's try it.
I'm gonna
is
try it.
everybody rolling with a plus? Okay,
That-
I'll try it.
That
for
was
fuck
a
it.
save. Never mind.
We love it, Dirty.
Nyla
Swift.
said
Thank you.
Nyla,
It's a seal.
How am I on the high
Nyla
end with
with
a
the
+2?
knowledge.
You don't understand. It rolled from a 1 to that, and I'm like,
Nyla covering
pleased
clutch
that I'm
right
the
now.
second highest with a +2.
my ass clenched with that. I thought I was getting a nat 1.
I really didn't need to know that, but okay.
Nyla, who's sitting here mentally putting together everything that's being said, all the descriptions, everything. There seems to be worry about the dragons overhead. But the way the tunnels are described, they're too big to fit.
Oh, I'm not considering the dragons as a threat.
So whatever is in the tunnels has to be smaller than a dragon.
She'll kind of like ponder her thoughts for a moment as she kind of like tilts her head and starts to relay this information. Goes, if we go to the tunnels, dragons can't follow us there.
Dragons can also transform.
Yeah, but whatever's in the tunnels, it's got to be smaller than the dragons. So our best bet is the tunnels.
What Amir
Are-
is saying is dragons can take a human form and be in the tunnels with us.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the dragon.
Depends on the dragon.
Not all dragons can do that.
Nope.
You gotta be powerful. Like, we're talking only maybe ancients, maybe even older. I mean, we all know what Takisis looks like now. For the most part.
Not to mention, in the tunnels, you guys would then have the upper hand because even if there was a full-on dragon in a humanoid form, if they try to take on their form of the dragon, they're just going to wedge themselves into inability to move.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fit in here. It's too small. But it sounds like you guys are almost ready to initiate a game plan.
I would say going through the tunnel bit, it sounds like the Drakhorn is loudest. And trying to pinpoint the Drakhorn as best we can. Like, you guys did the initial scouting. It, like, is terrible. As much as I don't want to waste time, it almost seems like there needs to be another round of scouting to better track down the Drakhorn in that tunnel. But that's going to be riskier.
That's going to mean getting inside.
And with what I've gathered, it's going to be very difficult to blend in to get in.
Barbarian and Barbarian Ranger I may be, but even someone like me has access to things like alarm.
Yep.
So if someone's going to get in,
It's also there's an additional level of difficulty because they know we're in the area, so they're already on the lookout.
So maybe, God, I don't want to suggest that.
And I don't know how far my current disguise will get me.
well, my disguise is perfect.
We disguise is very, very, very low level.
Just has to get you into the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, as far as, like, yeah, they may know we're here, but I doubt they know exactly where we are. Because, I mean, hell, we've got a bunch of anti-scry necklaces on. Not all of us, but enough of us to fully shield our location. Because I know we couldn't scry on you, Amir, or Cece, because you were with Alita in that temple. And that was before she even gave you the necklaces. But because you were close enough, we couldn't find you. The whole party, minus me and Alita, have those necklaces, meaning
I don't.
even if they tried to scry on us.
Yeah, the two that were with me in the temple don't have necklaces.
Yep.
Right, but we got enough from Tannis's group, though. He gave us enough for the whole party.
Oh, that's right. Yep, he did.
Yeah. So, I mean, potentially not Amir, but again, that's still just 3 of us without necklaces. Oh, and then we have what? 1, 2, 5 with. So, if 1 necklace can negate 2 people without necklaces, then we're fine.
Getting to the door, I don't see an issue. Getting through the initial door, I think we can handle it. I'm more worried about once we're inside, because we have no floor plan. That's my biggest worry.
Oh no. Like I said, I'm almost saying we need a second scouting of just trying to better pinpoint the Drakhorn, and then whoever's doing that scouting gets the fuck out. Just, stealth or deception your way in. Do the same vice versa to get out. And then we can come up with a better plan. So right now we just kind of have a general area where we hear the Drakhorn better.
Well,
We still don't know where it is in there.
I could go in, do my thing. I have an oh shit method, but it'll take me all the way back to Blackfall if I have to use it. That way the rest of the party doesn't necessarily need to worry about stealth and deception. I can just focus on hopping in and hopping out.
Yeah.
Um,
Plus, honestly, you've been stealthy enough.
Yep.
I'm not even sure Takesis knows you're part of our group.
that's possible.
So why would she even be looking for you?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have the crest of the dragons like the rest of us, right?
Nope.
So,
About the only thing I do have is just an innate ability of if someone's trying to enter my mind, I just have to basically pass a deception check, which good luck on anybody. And they won't even know what I'm truly thinking.
you willing to do this?
Yeah.
Alright,
I
if
mean,
shit goes south, there's not much we can do.
Yeah, like I
Close.
said, I have those oh hold on, what is it? Those tokens.
Yeah.
I use one of those tokens. It's gonna take me all the way to Blackfall, but once I'm out, I can send the message through Sending Stone, like, hey, here's what I learned.
Yeah, I'll look at
What-
everybody.
What if there's magic blocking the sending?
You
From
won't know until you
Blackfall?
get there.
We won't know until we get there. Unfortunately, we're in the part where I think we can take as many precautions
Mm-hmm.
as we feasibly can, but after a certain point, I
We
mean,
just have
there's
to
no
do it.
perfect plan.
Nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I better wait. I'm an idiot. I totally forgot something.
Look,
Have we?
Karma.
Have we long rested yet?
No.
We're about to.
You guys are about to,
Okay.
because
So Nyla,
Only last
just like
8
immediately,
hours.
she claps her hands and goes, "That's it. I've got it. I'm going to I'm going to use one of my spells, and I'm going to telepathically link all 8 of us, so that way, no matter how far we are, we can still communicate."
isn't that only an 8-hour thing?
Exactly.
It's only an hour thing.
You guys haven't rested yet.
We don't need to do it yet.
No, I know. I'm saying for the next
In the
day.
morning.
Yeah, when you guys
Yeah.
are leaving. You guys are still kind of discussing game plans, unless you guys are ready to
Yeah,
go.
We're still planning shit.
No, that's what she's saying. She's basically like saying, well, you guys are doing this. I can help you guys out more better, so that way, if we need to stay in touch.
That's actually not a bad thing, because if the shit's hitting the fan, I'm trying to get out. I can be warning y'all. Hey, they found me. Here's the info.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, it lasts an hour. The extra bonus for Nyla is you can ritual cast that, so it won't burn this spell slot.
Yeah.
Granted, rather than it being an action to cast, it'll be like 10 minutes.
That's
But
fine.
that's 10 minutes. Now, the one downside to us waiting after a long rest is by that point, our Hero's Feast will be kaput. And
Well,
Hero's
wait.
Hero's Feast consumes that item now. Unless Tim wants to go back to old rules. Or keep it at old rules, I guess.
What consumes?
Hero's Feast, the goblet,
Mm-hmm.
that bowl. At
It
least
consumes
as
it
far
now?
as my memory. Yeah, the new rules say it consumes it. If you're sticking with we stay with the old rules
Old
for
rule.
spells, then it doesn't. Okay. Okay, then we're fine. We can just do it again then. Yeah,
Gosh,
that was
that
a
just
change. I
mean-
was just like, the fuck?
That means that you guys would have to stop at lots
Mhm.
of stores to try to regather your stuff.
Yeah.
And I just
so
say
no,
that's
stay with fuck that.
this far into no.
You have to have it, but you've always had to have it for that one. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it makes sense why they said, make it consume it, because
Mhm.
it's kind of an OP spell other than that.
It is.
See, what I plan on doing is for the next day, I plan on doing Heroes Feast first, get that hour in, get our, bonus
Mhm.
HP back, and then after that hour is done, then I cast the telepathic bond.
I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, right now it just seems like it it makes the most sense to do the Hero's Feast before we long rest, because then you get the spell slot back. Since Hero's Feast lasts 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do it before we go to bed,
Weren't we
it's
doing?
like a dinner.
Weren't we? Didn't we implement the spells out of combat thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did we?
but-
Spells
Yeah,
casted out of
we're also
combat
in a
don't consume
place-
spell slots.
Yeah. Yeah. Still, brain.
It just
still
takes the
thinking in
time.
terms of-
Yeah.
Yeah. Your brain's
And
still
since you're in
thinking
an
terms
area
of
that
like-
is since you guys are in an area that is restricted on time frame, then you guys might have to consider it a time frame, yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like we're gonna be awake for 24 hours. I mean, maybe
So-
that's always a possibility, but figure eat it before bed, just so that we don't
Yeah.
burn an hour in the morning.
Alright, I will do that now. I'll cast that spell. Have Hero's Feast going.
All right.
I'm gonna level. And then in the morning, I'll cast my telepathic bond at 6th level.
To make fucking waffles.
Nope,
Oh, no,
for you,
wanna eat
for
his
you, Timbers,
breakfast.
I'm making you cow patty beef.
Oh,
I hope
Nyla
you
thinks
were ready
she's
to eat
cooking in the
shit.
morning.
I will make you eat shit.
Yeah, Nyla's not gonna cook.
Nyla's not cooking. No. No.
Why am I not allowed to cook?
Because fuck you,
Because I
that's
don't
why.
cook. Because we don't trust
If
you.
Nyla wants to make a gnomish dish for her and Timbers, that's fine.
Well, yeah.
I will make her
But
eat
Cecile
shit.
will always. It's just like, give me elvish cooking, please, for the love of God.
Hydroon's even gonna be like, yeah, no, I'll go for the elvish cooking.
I'll try the
Mhm.
gnome dish.
I'll take the elvish cooking over, burnt gnome cooking.
Okay, fuck you.
I can just give Timbers a look, and I'm like, Nyla's a better cook than you.
Hey, I never
For
said I
the
cooked.
record.
I basically I eat what nature provides, you know?
I've
Red
seen that
dragons
nature-
cook
I eat
better than
berries
you do.
raw. I eat raw.
All I use berries sometimes, so
I eat raw.
Something's better than berries. I'll try it.
Listen, if I'll want heavy food for a breakfast, go for it. But I'm having the hellfish stuff.
I don't know if there's any berries around us.
No, but there are plenty of cultists to snack on. Take your pick.
I'm not.
No cannibalism.
It's not cannibalism if I'm wild shape. It's just the circle of life.
God is thinking about it now.
No, that's a question for my wife to ask later.
Can't
Would
believe
a
I've got
druid
Disney
who
songs
did
stuck in
something
my head
in
now.
wild shape, would they still potentially run the risk of getting a prion disease?
No, I
Yeah,
don't
it's a
think it
wife
would
question.
because I don't think it would. I mean, that would also because then as like would a person with lycanthropy also get that kind of disease?
Out of character, my wife, who is also an avid druid, insists that while in wild shape, you are not a humanoid and therefore can't be cannibalism.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh no, I'm not saying anything about cannibalism. I'm just now questioning whether or not you can contract a prion disease in wild shape form.
That's the last thing we need is Timbers to turn to a Wendigo.
Because if you
Or
don't
Wendigo
finish
druid.
digesting it in wild shape form, wouldn't your humanoid form have to finish the digestion and then you run the risk still?
Eh.
You can get prion disease just by
Sure, it's-
walking through dirt that has prions in it, so yes.
Yeah, it's a little different for deep gnomes, you know? It's a little different for deep gnomes.
Pretty sure prion diseases are just the thing. But okay.
Are you kidding me? I'm a walking prion disease.
You guys have a plan? Sounds like you know what.
Sure. If that's what you call it.
Sure.
I think we came to a decision.
We have as close to a plan as we're gonna get, and I fully expect that plan to go out the window as soon as possible.
So we're doing the
What is it?
Mr. Freeze.
What is? Yeah. What is it? Make the plan.
Make the plan.
Execute the plan.
Expect the plan
Watch
to go
as
off
the plan goes
rails.
to shit. Throw away the plan.
Throw away the plan.
Which I trust.
Question
Amir
mark,
to be
question
able
mark,
to
question
do.
mark. Profit.
Exactly. Push comes to shove, I can always just, animal shape everybody into giant T-Rexes.
No, thank you.
Alyssa is going to be. Are we ready? So, Alyssa wants to have a word with Amir the moment just as he's ready to head out and do the initial scouting.
Hey, Amir, come here.
Ooh.
Don't we need to take a long rest first?
Come here.
Yeah. We need to. Well, no, actually, yeah. Before we initiate the long rest, Alyssa would like to have a private moment with Amir.
Go right on ahead.
Timber's is gonna pass the fuck out.
At the table in your room.
Alyssa is going to
Yes.
cross her arms over her chest and fix you with a stoic stare and say, you know you mean something to this group, right?
I was kind of getting the feeling, but I wasn't 100% sure.
There are lots of things that are very clearly running through Alyssa's head, but when she finally returns her eyes from the corners of the room and down to your face, she's going to say, "Don't make me have to go into the Deadlands to bring you back, okay?"
Oh. I should be good. This is, I will admit, going to be a little bit more spicy than my usual runs. But essentially, at its basic core, this is a milk run for me. I understand that I need to take it a little bit more extra cautiously. But this is my bread and butter. But I will be fine. And he kind of pauses just a little bit because what he's about to say he doesn't usually say because he is such a loner, but he goes into like after a moment thank you for essentially showing genuine concern, and it's like and it's very much appreciated.
The world's about to end, and we're going to make sure that it doesn't.
Mhm.
Everybody sees the world a little bit differently.
Mhm.
Kind of means that there's lots of little worlds all around us at the same time. And
Mhm.
I don't think that we're done exploring your world yet. So Alyssa then holds out her dominant arm with her hand open to grasp in a sign of respect and camaraderie.
Amir will reciprocate and be like, thank you. I will do my part so that way y'all can do y'all's part.
Oh, good. A hard squeeze on your forearm, Amir, because I'm serious. If you die, I'll kill you.
And he returns.
And then kill you.
But you also notice that you don't scare me at all, even though you should. But he's just like, understood, good. It's like he has that look of like, I've been threatened enough to like, okay, it only takes right now one individual to really quake him. But it's that, yep, I got the message. Very respectful. I will do my mission.
Good.
Thank you.
Good luck. Because if it was me, I'd be shitting myself. I don't want
There's a
to
reason
imagine being the one person the fate of the world rides on.
There's a
No
reason
thanks.
why I wear brown pants.
This just in from my wife, because gnomes and humans don't actually share any chromosomes. Timbers absolutely in wild shape can eat humans and not run the risk of prion. At all. He could even stay in
Wow.
gnome form and do it.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
From the
Just
I
fine.
consulted my druid / D&D expert, and who also knows
Angle
a
fire over here.
alarming amount about prion disease.
Bringing the new
Yeah.
types of finger sandwiches.
Oh no.
Al, we need to get our significant others in the room and just watch the madness.
Oh no.
We get Jess.
Yeah.
Oh
We get
gosh,
and then we
Rin and
also get
Jess.
Alitaria.
Fucking finger looking good.
Oh my goodness. Jess and
But
mom
no.
in the same room. Oh no.
But yeah, no, I was like, no, important question. She's like, no, wait, what race is the druid? No. She's like, oh, they can eat human just fine. And then she got into the specifics where prions, it's just running a risk, and apparently it's specific to like spinal fluid and brain matter. So.
Oh.
So
Mm-hmm.
you guys long rest after feasting.
DM's like, anyway.
Actually, no, we could feast in the morning.
Nom,
So yeah,
nom.
in the time frame that you guys have, you guys long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Nyla prepares between the hero's feet and the morning cooking from Mylita. You guys are like, if today we die full and happy.
Solid heavy meal before bed, light meal in the
Do I
morning. It's perfect.
Do I roll for a new thing?
Yeah, roll to
Yeah.
the new whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Badger, are you able to get Alyssa's sheet to go through a long rest?
Yeah.
11.
Oh, we
Actually, I
get
think
get
that's
11
right
now
last
instead
time.
of 10.
Boom.
Nice.
So then hit
One more hit.
points, match IP
One more hit
modifier,
point.
Yeah.
11.
Max HP modifier. Yep.
Yep, max HP modifier.
And if you hit long rest after you do the max HP modifier, make sure you unclick the reset maximum HP so it doesn't undo.
Yes.
I did the rest then modified, so yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here. Same here.
Same.
Same here.
Erase the old, modify, add the new modified.
At some point after you guys feast and eat and prepare, you guys take the last like 30 minutes of this mansion to gear up completely. Like, you guys know that once you leave this place, it's a mad dash to that entry.
Wait, I thought Amir was going in first, though.
Going in solo?
Yeah, like that.
It's a recon mission.
He's like we're so my plan is we're gonna be near it.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Which means technically Timmy can do a solo session if he wants to with just Griff.
Mhm.
So we don't even really. I mean, we've got Raries going.
No, we're gonna because part of the plan for me to do the solo is y'all do the telepathic.
Yes,
thing.
we
So
are
for the
going to
first-
do the telepathic. And
So
we
for the
are going to
first
be
round.
close to that entrance as we can get, just to, you know.
There.
I will say, during the rest time, Amir's going to take the time to redo his disguise with what he has to make sure he has all of his stuff actually available and hidden, and he's going to take a slightly different form. Gonna be like a kind of somewhat of a combination of Steve and Charlie and some of his other previous humanoid forms, so that way he's not instantly recognizable as his disguise from yesterday.
Oh boy.
Bet you're about to have fun.
Oh, you have no idea. So that's what you guys see topically.
Mhm.
But this is where we get to go have some fun.
Mm.
So. Amir's going first, huh?
Yep.
And we'll go until you find a narratively convenient spot, Tim, to cliffhanger us, because we know you.
And how close is close? Each one of these squares that you see is 20 feet.
I will say this right now. It is about 10 for me, and my roommate is in bed.
Uh-huh.
Oh, do we need to call it?
I just need to know how far
Near,
do you go
like,
deep?
Is there forest? Are you talking to the main group or Amir?
Both. Because
We
the area surrounding like this map where they were scouting, it's hot enough and volcanic enough that the nearest tree is about 10-15 minutes of a walk where you guys were. Like, the edge of the forest is where the last tree remains. There is nothing but rock, cliff, dirt, stone.
I mean,
Lava.
the forest is going to give us our best cover.
But the forest where you guys came in at is way over here. And the entrance that you guys
Right
are
away.
talking about going in
Mm-hmm.
is over
Okay.
here. So
I'll ask Amir, like, how close do you want us, or do you want us far enough away that there's no risk of us getting spotted?
like, are you trying to stay like 30, 40 feet behind?
Oh God, no!
Or you
It's way too
guys are
close.
I would suggest for y'all, the more y'all are out of sight, out of mind, to not raise alarm. Because the first step that I have to do is come out of nowhere and blend in.
The
So
last thing we need is just clanking Nyla going clank, 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 clank,
All right.
clank, clank.
yeah,
with
Well,
that,
I will say
Amir.
that we are in the forest section then, and that far side, because
if that's the closest that y'all can be, then that's the closest that y'all can be.
So
If I need a
Amir,
dis- if I need a distraction, I can say, "Hey, ping another one of the tunnels," and then dip.
you go into this tunnel.
Yep. I'm going to find essentially do that like Assassin's Creed thing. I find a group and then I just blend right in, like I was there the entire time.
and I'm sure the cult members have those rings too, right, Tim? Not all of them necessarily, but
Correct.
I
we
stripped
snagged a ring.
I stripped a cult member, so I have his.
If he
all
had
his
a ring, not all of them have rings, so.
That's true. We only managed to nab 2 disguises.
But I know in the past we have nabbed that ring. So I would have probably handed that off to Amir as an extra proof of evilness. I don't know.
Just imagine it's a signifier for like
needed.
a high priest or something.
All right. So you walking into the tunnel, you kind of like go behind a group that's coming in, like maybe one that you could blend in with your current disguise. Would probably be a cart drop off.
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of like jumping behind, you're following this cart in. They get to about 20 feet into the tunnel, and you are seeing a whole bunch of heavily armed personnel. You are seeing the dragon claws, you are seeing dragon wings, which are more suited, like these are levels and whatnot. You also see a couple guard drakes.
Oh, fun.
They kind of look like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's another group in front of your group. They're checking for, they're checking weapons on people. They're, verifying, that they're part of the cult. You do see that there's the driver of this cart, he forgot something. They're questioning him. Where is it? Where is it? He's like, I had it. I might have left it back at the tavern last night where we rested. And you see the guards pull him off of his cart. They drag him up against the wall. They're questioning. They're asking. He's freaking out. He's giving like passphrase. He's giving code words. He's trying to prove to them that he belongs, but they're looking for a specific thing, and he doesn't possess it. And so you see them, you see the driver get tossed to a couple of other guardsmen, and they haul him down, drag him down the tunnel.
Could I know what that other thing is?
They're looking for a signet.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Since you went,
the rest of the cart, like they pop open a couple of bags in the chest and they take a look and they're like, okay, send it through. So the cart in front of you goes, and your cart's next up. So they wave you guys over. The driver of the wagon hands them the paperwork. They showcase Signet. They showcase an emblem. There's a couple of like praise Tiamat
Mm-hmm.
and a nod, and they usher the cart through. But everyone that was walking around it or behind it, you know, the guards kind of close up again, and now they're looking at you and a couple other people, and they said identification.
Does at least one of the guys go ahead first?
I mean, there's their whole anyone who wasn't on the cart. So there's like 4 of you that they have blocked off from entering. Now they're asking the 4 of you identification.
Oh, Amir kind of takes that moment. He kind of looks like, a little tired, maybe a little hungover, but just trying to do his best to blend in. But shows the ring, shows the pendant, praise Tiamat, the whole 9 yards ordeal.
Roll me performance.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Can I
One
roll
of
perception
these
long?
one of these dragon claws that's questioning everybody kind of walks up to you and kind of gives you a kind of like a quizzitive look. Kind of like checks something, pulls something like a little notepad. He flips it open. I didn't think you were on cart detail, Steve. I thought you were posted.
I got moved.
Since when?
Since this morning. Listen, I don't ask questions. I do what I'm told.
I'll let you roll deception. He kind of closes his notebook and shouts back at one of the other guards, "We need updated schedules."
Sounds about right for security.
And sits
Getting
there and goes,
flashbacks
"All
to
right,
work.
all right, Steve. I just go. I don't have time to deal with any more paperwork today."
Same, and then just goes. Just with all the confidence of a low-level grunt, like, I'm just doing what I'm told. Just doing what I'm told. Just doing what I'm told.
Yep.
You come upon an intersection. If you follow the path to your right or to the south, that's the direction that the loud trumpeting sound of the Drac horn seems to be coming from.
Mm-hmm.
The other direction, I mean, people are kind of splitting up here. Not quite sure what's down the other path.
Which way does the cart go?
They split. One cart went one direction, one cart went the other direction.
I'm gonna go towards the sound of the drag horn and just kind of stay behind a cart, making it look like I belong here.
Come upon another intersection. The cart that you were following hangs off to the right. But there is another tunnel forward that you can see at the far end of this tunnel. I should probably get you closer to it. The far end of the southern tunnel starts to change. You see a lot of black and green. It seems like it's less natural stone and more chiseled, cut, maybe placed on purpose. That is also not the direction that the Drakhorn is sounding from. You're getting it blasted from your right side. It's very loud in here. It's very hard to think, very hard to even hear the wheels of the cart. It's just blasting through this whole cave.
I continue to follow the cart because it just so happens to be going my direction. But I do make a mental note of that looks important for the other path.
And I assume Amir is just thinking all this stuff as he goes.
Oh, yeah.
So are we actually getting the transmission from Amir? With the telepathic bond?
I believe so.
Okay.
He would have to intentionally, it won't be thoughts and stuff like that, but it would just be whatever
No,
he's
but it's
intentionally sending.
reports as he goes, so.
So, when
Do
all those passwords and keys were getting sent, it's intentional transmission. Hey, I'm at this first junction, taking a right. At this next junction, I'm taking a right.
You walk into a room where the cart hangs off immediately to the right. There are a lot of bodies in this place, a lot of guards, a lot of guard drakes. You even see flesh golems acting as patrollers.
Oh.
You see gold, mountains of it, jewels and pearls, silver plate and gilded mirrors, jeweled swords and the armor of kings, caskets and boxes and barrels filled to overflowing with the treasure of the Sword Coast, packed into a cave the size of a cathedral and stacked to the height of a giant. Pathways wind through this glittering mass whose reflected light dazzles your eyes like a million twinkling stars close enough to touch. But as you can see, prowling through the narrow paths are guard drakes.
So, this is the treasure room. Not where the horn is, but just a treasure room.
You do see kind of zigzag through this mass, a potential cavern that goes beyond this.
Okay.
What do you do?
Can I see what kind of people are going to the other path?
A lot of the people that you came in with have dropped off their cart and they're heading back the way you came.
Okay.
No one goes down this smaller path that you were able to see that went from natural, stone cut to precision cut kind of deal.
Yeah. I was talking more of stat pass.
Oh, I mean, you have to navigate a zigzag of treasure to get beyond that, but you can kind of make out what looks to be a continuous tunnel, considering even right now this whole mountainous cavern is echoing off of the silver and coin. The Drakhorn is almost deafening.
Well, I'm going to continue to proceed down that way, just walking with a sense of purpose and like, hey, I belong here. You know, doing the best of not trying to draw attention, but also being mindful that, hey, I may be entering an area where my level of clearance.
I need a performance check as you confidently stroll into this room. So you walk in, you kind of help unload the cart.
Mhm.
Everyone starts to leave, and you just kind of hide, turn, and you're just zigzagging through, and you're making it a little over the halfway mark. When you just kind of hear this eerie whisper amongst the Drakhorn. Intruder.
Ooh.
From the flesh golems. A dragon fang that seems to be standing near the two groups of flesh golems shouts out, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here."
Oh, sorry. My bad. I got turned around. Freaking, I don't normally come here. You're right. And then he immediately starts walking the other way with the rest, trying to follow the rest of the group. Just like, nope. You're right. I was supposed to go that way.
As you turn to
I'm
just
going back.
turn and say, "Oh, yep, wrong turn. I'll be making my leave." You get about 10 feet before your path in front of you is blocked by a series of guard drakes. The two dragon fangs are like beelining it for you as they're like, hey, get back here. And you can kind of just tell that these people are used to the vaults being unoccupied, and the rank and file cultists don't seem to have entry here.
Mhm.
You get this feeling of, oh shit, as the whole room seems to be alerted to your presence. And this is where we're going to call it for tonight. As probably the last thought going through your head that alerts to the others
It
is what?
Is distraction, please. And that's the message that Amir sends to everybody is distraction, please.
But we'll see
10-4
how
hard.
we'll see how we'll see how everybody reacts.
Oh, he's
On
the
the
drilling of
go-ahead.
hell, everybody, the drilling of hell.
Ow!
It's just loud strum noises from the bard.
You guys are nowhere near any of the entrances right now.
Wait,
we're at
I
the
have
other
Molotov?
forest. We still have to get to an entrance.
You
from the
guys
forest,
are like
basically.
off the map
Oh.
over here.
Yeah,
if we're
not near
talking where you
that
guys
entrance, but we can try
Can I
to make a
toss
distraction over
a-
here.
Can I toss a Molotov to create a forest fire? As a distraction?
We will pick up next week.
Next week. Next
At your guys' reaction to the oh shit distraction, please, through your mental connection.
Sounds good.
So now we will say bye to Kicking YouTube.
Bye, kids.
And
Bye, kids. Bye, YouTube.
we'll see you next week. Until then, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Wee.